Hey everyone, thank you for listening to another episode of Spoiler Force Podcast. You can find more episodes on any podcasting platform such as Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure to follow Spoiler Force Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch.
This is Ming Chen. I love you, Ricky. I love Spoiler Force Podcast. Listen to it, everybody.
This is a FlowGasm Beats production.
All right, so this is episode 82 of Spoiler Force Podcast. My name is Ricky. Thank you for tuning in. As you can see, I have a lot of guests tonight. My cousins from all over the states, from back at home, from Wisconsin, Minnesota, and even Texas. So yes, before we officially get started, I do want to just address a few things here. I know that in a previous post, I talked about not doing any more episodes or taking a hiatus again, which is slightly true. I mean, this episode, I was kind of just not wanting to do it, but I had family and people tell me that they wanted to see me do podcasting and not quit or like not take a break. So this is for the fans, and thank you to all my family members and the people who supported me this past couple weeks due to personal things, and it's been very helpful with the support. So as you can see here, my cousins are all lined up for I guess an introduction. So you guys can unmute yourselves. I think you guys are all still muted. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, let's just get started with the oh wait a second. Damn it, I'm like rushing things here. So I know that I did the contest too. That the winners of the last contest, well, you guys will get your prizes soon. I'm not holding anything back. It just I've been busy, and yeah. So and let's see what else I have to say here. And I'll be working on some new like introductions and outros for my podcast for the audio version. So anyone who's listening or watching this live right now, this is the most up-to-date episode, episodes 81, and this episode will be on audio maybe sometimes next weekend. And also shout out to Epic Sewers Podcast Network. It's a group that I'm in and working with other podcasters such as What's in My Head podcast, Turtle Tracks. Let me just get their names right here. I don't want to butcher the other members here because we've all been supporting each other greatly. So shout out to Turtle Tracks, Tales from the Sewer, Comic Watchers, What's in My Head podcast, and Epic Shells for letting me join your guys' group. We've all been promoting each other's work, and hopefully you guys check them out too. So yeah, let's just get started with these intros here. Let's start with Lee Moang here, my cousin Lee, or also known as Lemondome.
Yo, what's up? I'm not good at introductions, but yo, what's up, man? I'm Lemondome, twitch.tv/Lemondome. I am affiliated with Brain Dead Gaming. I am a Twitch affiliate. I'm affiliated with I just opened, you guys hear me open the can? Yeah, get your raised energy through me. Yeah. 15% off your whole fucking order. And
I
yeah.
also want to say, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just check out my stream. I'm a mediocre gamer. I drink a lot on my stream. I die a lot on my stream, and we have fun on my stream.
So I wanted to add a quick note here. Lee has been on the podcast several times already, and he was actually my first guest. So if you haven't checked out those episodes, definitely check them out on audio and on YouTube as well. Moang, introduce yourself next.
I think it's my second time on the podcast.
Yeah, third, because we did the Rent-A-Girlfriend episode last.
That's true. And we were about to do that last minute one, but then you ended up getting that guy in. Yeah, most people know me already. I mean, only thing I did for was I made a few video games, And then I've been working on my art, but it's a tough journey. But other than that, I've just been working on that. I'm still just learning how to a lot of video game coding, and then it's a lot to learn when it comes, because you kind of have to relearn math and relearn science, or just mostly math with the coding. But other than that, yeah, I'm Ricky's cousin Moang. I've only made some video games, but not enough to really call myself a game dev yet. But yeah.
Michael?
What's up, everybody? My name is Michael. I'm the one from Texas. Let's see, what do I do? I don't do shit.
Plays Valorant.
Yeah, I play games. You know, I think I'm good, but I'm really not.
Get
I like
carried,
music.
son.
Get carried. Man, let's go. Let's do some duos after this. I play music. I kind of do art, but nothing too big. I haven't really drawn anything lately. Moan, by the way, I've seen your art, man. It's been progressing a lot. Not to change the
Dude, it sucks,
topic,
dude.
but-
I think my issue is the not plateau. It's artist block or whatever it's called. I get that so much. It sucks.
Hey, I just gotta work through that though. But let's definitely talk about that a little bit later. I don't want to steal the topic away. But no, I'm just happy to be on here. These are my cousins. I love every single one of them. Grew up with them all, seen them all when they're except Lemondome, seen them all when they were kids, like little. I was little too, but yeah. So
I
thanks again for
changed
having me.
all your freaking diapers. All of them. I've seen all your penises.
Who had the worst diapers?
Probably Ricky and Yellamy. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I remember Ricky when he was like 9 months old, and like I got a little bit of shit on my head. My head was dead for like 2 days. I was like, yo, this kid's shit stinks. He's gonna be something one day. Look at him now. He got his own podcast. I'm proud of you, Ricky.
Thank you. And Yellamy, introduce yourself. This is the cousin that we jumped on last minute, man. It was only going to be 4 of us, but Yellamy jumped on last minute. I'm so happy. Introduce yourself.
OnlyFans yelling to my ass.
Yeah, I'm Yellamy, Ricky's cousin. Pretty much grew up with Ricky for 17 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, all of our childhood we grew up together. So now it's great being on here, seeing being a part of what you've created, and just I don't know, it's just really cool. So
Yeah. I told you, man, we're all going to be ugly on the podcast, except Michael.
Hey, I
don't know,
tried,
man.
all right.
I look
I
pretty
tried.
good, man. I'm the oldest one here, dude.
So, yeah, before we get started, man, let's take a look at some of these comments here. Sup, Ricky, sup, LM. Sup, Moa, thank you for joining, man. Glad to see you doing well, too.
What's
Mona.
up, boy? Infrared.
All right, Alex, sir, what's up? How's it going? Leave. Oh, okay, Alex.
Hey,
What's
what's
up,
up,
man? Alex has
Cuzzo?
been a huge supporter, man.
What's up, Cuzzo? Get a Twitch. Follow me. Thank you.
Terry Alexander, glad to see you back. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, Terry and we've met at Otaku Detroit in Madison Heights. It's one of the anime stores that's in Michigan here. John Quill Baker, hi everyone. Hi, John Quill. She's a cosplayer, so definitely check her out, and also check out Cosplayed Nation as well. And some emojis from Alex here. So, oh wait, one more. Matthew, what's up, Matthew?
Yo, what's up, the other fuzzy brother? Oh yeah, Ricky, you're live on Twitch too, right?
Yep, I'm live on Twitch too.
Yeah, I just gave you a shout out so people can
Thank
follow
you.
you there.
So yeah, man, let's just get started with this opening topic. It's one, it could pretty much be its own episode, but I wanted to start off with this one. Who's your favorite Blackpink member? I can even say that with a straight face.
Oh, y'all want to know? Y'all want to know? Do I even have to show you?
Yeah, just tell them. I know
Ricky,
some of y'all listen to K-pop, man.
man, Ricky knows I'm a big Blackpink fan, dude. Come on, dude.
I love
man.
Jisoo. I love her.
I got the fucking album.
I don't even know their names.
Yeah, I don't know a single member.
Get this guy out of this podcast.
I just like the pretty one.
I just like the one that with Selena Gomez.
You know how dirty that song is? Like, I broke down the lyrics for Ice Cream, and I was like, damn, it's pretty dirty. I didn't realize it was like that. And little kids are dancing to that shit.
It's our generation, you know, or
It's
a new
it's about
generation.
sex, man. Everything. Sex sells, all right. That's why I made an OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, Lee made an OnlyFans. Definitely check out Lee's OnlyFans.
Is he dead?
Wait, did you click on it?
No, you want me to show people, or do you want them to figure out themselves?
No, click on that shit, dude. You'll like it, man. Click it
Okay.
and put it on your screen. Can you like switch it to your screen?
Yeah, I can add. Let me just
Screen
that
share.
Yeah, let me just screen share real quick.
Hey, this
So,
is Ricky's girl though.
yeah, Jisoo. Oh my god, I love her.
Hell, hey, I could be Jisoo for you for this podcast. Hey, Sarah, hey, Ricky. 안녕하세요. Give me that penis.
Why you sound like
Herbert the pervert.
yeah.
Hey, Ricky, bring me that ass. I need a sponge bath.
You gotta have that fucking whistle in your teeth.
I can't do it, man. It's too hard.
Okay,
Hey, but
let me-
next time you come over, dude, you can have this. I'll give this to you.
Okay. Also, if you guys are watching, definitely follow Lemondome and my cousin Moang. The links are in the description. So let's see. OnlyFans. All right, moment of truth. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? Okay.
Oh,
OnlyFans.
man. Subscribe.
What the fuck?
Subscribe to me. You'll like my content. Look at Ricky. He's scared to click on it, dude. Look.
No, I already clicked on it.
We don't see it.
They didn't show? Oh shit. Okay.
It's still on the Facebook page.
Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Let me it opened the new tab. So let me just I saw it, but damn, hold on. I can't. I'm gonna have to switch screens. So freaking StreamYard. Let me just remove this. Share the screen again. This is like extra steps for no reason. Okay, I think it's this one here. What the hell?
Oh, there we go.
Oh man, it opens a new tab again. What the hell? So definitely watch this if you guys are. Hold on, let me try it again. Oh, here we go. Okay,
It's the best content you'll ever find on your
there you
life.
go. You have to watch this. To
Oh
get this
my
what we're
God.
doing. Yeah, you won't get it if it's on audio.
Oh god.
That's pretty. That's pretty descriptive.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's just lemons getting molested.
Okay. Oh my god. All right, enough of that. All right, so
Yellamy,
onto
where'd
the
you
real
go? You get excited, Yellamy?
No, my dog keeps seeming like she wants something. Yeah, I'm the only one home right now, so gotta make
Your
gotta
dog
make
wants
sure.
lemons. Oh, okay. So we'll go on to the actual real topic this time. So the real topic is Genshin Impact. It's the reason why I wanted to bring all of us together to talk about gaming and anime and whatnot. But I mean, this game has a little bit of everything in it, right? Anime, gaming, that kind of style.
Waifus.
But, yeah,
Like
waifus.
Husbandos.
Breath of the Waifus, yeah.
But I did not know about this game until Moang told me to play it. So Moang was like, "Yeah, jump on the game, and it's the new hot thing." And I started playing it pretty heavily for a while, and then I slowed down. I'm on rank 35, so that's not really like impressive. But I know you guys are probably ahead of me.
You're not missing out much.
You're really not. Like, I stopped playing last week because the content is just meh.
The more you play it, the worse it is. The less you play it, it's actually not that bad.
Well, the initial content before the first content wall, all of that was really good. Like the storyline and everything, I really enjoyed it. I didn't really care for this past one. With
The Albedo story?
the Albedo story was just kind of. I actually found myself skipping through the text because it was just.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was part of the main quest line.
Yeah.
I was just glad that they opened up another part of the map, though.
Yeah.
Other than that, like the mechanics and everything's freaking easy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, there's a fireplace. I'm warm again.
Well, I mean, we've hit that part in the game where we're starting to realize the end game, right? In a way, there isn't any end game because it's mostly the flaws of the game, right? Because I think right now is a lot of the people that don't like it, that love it. It's because there isn't enough content to keep you playing, and the content that's available is the whale content, which is like what. It's a 50% chance of getting the banner character, which is around $200 for a 90 pity, and then to get the 100% guaranteed limited character, it's another $200. So the only way to guarantee it, to get one limited character is like $400, which is like outrageous compared to like.
I feel like you already spent that money to get your character.
I mean, yeah.
I don't believe in that theory though, because if you see my daughter's account, it's strictly free to play.
Yeah,
and she's got Dillik, Klee, Kaching, and Venti. So it's just like, fuck this game.
It's true because like there is that luck aspect. Because like for me, I think I've spent probably like around $300, but I'm pretty happy with what I've gotten because I pretty much I just pulled Jean today and I wanted Jean so long, and then
Jean is shit.
I love Jean. She's so good.
I want Jean's character, man. Like that's the healer I want.
She fills in the main DPS and healer. You don't have to fill in a healer anymore. That's
the only healer I want is Chi-Chi, dude.
Oh, Chi-Chi's. I have a Chris Constellation.
You haven't got Chi-Chi yet, Lee? I thought you had her already.
No, I use Diona.
Oh, that's right.
Like when I go into the abyss. The abyss is basically your end game. Just like any gacha, the towers is the end game. You just want to defeat the towers and go through the floors. But yeah, Diona, she's Diona and Barbara's my main healers right now. But my main squad is Dillik, Bennett, Zhongli, and my wife Ningguang.
Michael?
Oh, I was gonna say like I have a C6 Barbara, and it's pretty. Her C6 is like it'll revive you if if they die within a certain time frame. She's my healer. But I'm working on I'm working on Bennett right now for some pyro support, and I just actually got a couple of I've been doing some rolls. I've been saving my primo gems. I just got like Albedo. I've got Chi-Chi at a C1. Yeah, I have too many to choose from. But my main squad is Venti, Xiangling, Beto, and Barbara. That's my squad.
Did you guys try out Ganyu though?
I have her.
No,
She's pretty good. She's actually super good.
She's fucking busted, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Her ult is up like every 3 seconds, man.
Well, but it's just like the fact that everything combos well with her charge shot. It's disgusting.
Nah, man.
Because it combines with the cryo set too. Because the cryo set you get that crit bonus. So what you do is you actually don't want to hit. You actually don't want to hit the target. You actually want the second hit of her charge shot to hit the target because it does bonus damage.
Yeah, I don't even care about that. I just ult with her and then just bust out Dillik and it's just GG. And then by the time Dillik's done with this combo, her ult is back up again.
I want Dillik so freaking bad, man.
You haven't got him yet?
I haven't. I haven't. I'm Dilukless. Like
Dude, Ricky is
I'm gonna clip that.
Ricky got him on his first video, man.
Do you guys
Yeah,
know,
that was my first video with Diluc.
bro? Yeah, I saw when I saw you with Diluc, I was like so salty.
I got lucky with my Diluc. I my first pity, I pulled the 5-star book, not the good one, and I got pissed. So I put $100 in for the Diluc with my first $100. You get the double Primo gems.
Yeah,
Let's get Yellamy in on this conversation. What's your squad, Yellamy?
Right now, I'm running Fischl, Kaching, Chi-Chi, and my fourth slot's kind of floating right now. Right now, I'm using the Traveler because it's the highest constellation. But Chi-Chi's a pain.
This guy, man.
No, I had the craziest luck. I pulled Jean and no, it was who's the new the water archer
Gagne?
guy.
Oh, Kyle.
Tartaglia?
Yeah, I pulled him and Jean back to back.
Oh shit!
I know, it was the craziest luck ever. I was like,
All right,
what
this is the end of my stream. Goodbye.
I was like,
Dude, I had to fight for Tartaglia and fucking Zhongli. I was suffering for Zhongli, man. I wanted that character so bad.
I gotta see one Zhong.
And I'm so
But
His first E is he stores his E, right?
Dude, yeah, you get 2 E's with Zhongli.
That's C1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's he's just so stupid strong, man. Like it's
Wait,
crazy.
did they buff Geo yet?
They buffed Geo twice.
Yeah, they both Geo twice. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that they were planning. I don't know if that rolled out or not.
He only
yet.
got buffed a bunch because people were complaining about him.
You know the wolf boss? I pop my shield and he can run right through me, and the shield is still there.
whoa.
Yeah, it's a better version of Noel's shield.
Pull Zhong the day before his banner ended. Good job, Kuri.
yeah. So, see, Lee, you said your squad already. Michael said your squad. Yellamy, you said yours. Mon, what's your squad again?
I have too many characters.
These nuts.
I got a ton of. I run it just depending on how I feel. Like it's mostly depending on the abyss, the spell of abyss. But like my roaming squad would be because I'm still investing heavily into my main character because I feel super weird doing the storyline without the main character because it's so weird. Like you're playing Diluc and then you're talking to someone in the storyline. It's swatched back to the main character. It's swatched back to Diluc, but like Diluc's not even here. So I'm still invested into my main character, which sucks because if you upgrade his talents for a Geo, it doesn't go to the amino side, so you have to do double investment, which is brutal. But I combine my favorite combo with the Wind Traveler because I think I'm running Wind right now. I run him with Klee, and I run him with Venti and Barbara. Because then if I use Venti's ulti, I do Barbara and make it a water tornado, and then I it's Klee. Klee's bombs are actually disgusting. I thought she was a main DPS, but she's actually not bad as a support either. If you have the amino characters to combine with her bombs.
Klee is she's like a razor, man. She's a selfish DPS.
I just use her for her bombs. I just can never really use her Q as much.
I feel if you had her during the the mountain event, I feel like that was really good because all the shields you need to break.
Dude, I was running Klee the entire exploration.
I was playing through it and I'm like, it'd be really nice to have Klee right now, just like grinding away at all these shields. God.
I feel kind of bad because I've played Diluc so much I don't like him anymore.
Can I have him? Please.
The thing with Diluc is he makes the game too easy because he's very strong, and like after using him now with Skyward Pride, after playing with Skyward Pride for so long, because I have a C3 Skyward Pride, right? I'm just like, if you really think about it, the DPS on Skyward Pride, it's pretty high, man. Because you're doing, once the wind slashes, you get double damage, you know what I'm saying? And it crits too. So when you get the flames and you get the pyro damage and you get physical damage, Diluc's just freaking OP, man.
His Q's already on a 40 energy cost, which is the lowest one. And you add the Skyward with it, and it already feels like it's low, but yeah, the Skyward is even more lower. It's even more busted.
Yeah, so you just ult, and then you E, auto, E, auto, and then you ult again. It's pretty
You guys
bad.
keep sitting on these command keys, dude. I'm still playing my game on a fucking controller.
Bruh.
Hey,
That's fine. But if you want to min max, it's because Ricky. It's because you haven't been playing the Spiral Abyss, man. The Spiral Abyss is literally endgame content.
The Spiral Abyss is ass.
I love it. It's the only thing keeping me going.
Because I invested in just my main squad, so it's like,
Yeah, and then you have that too.
I can't do the Abyss.
yeah. No, when I told you earlier when I'm trying to like, get more supports, a Bennett. Yeah, that's for the Spiral Abyss.
Mhm.
Hey, supports carry the Abyss though.
They really do, like,
Yeah.
because the heals and
Yep.
applying the elemental to break down the shields. That's a really big thing because the time constraints sometimes just are super tight though.
Oh, and then you realize how garbage Barbara is because when you're on an ice stage, she actually screws you over.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I hate myself for that, but I mean, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, it's because they're gonna eventually rotate the Spiral Abyss, right? Because before it was Electro, right? Or is there still an Electro one?
Before it was it was the first one was regular, then the second one was fire, third one was thunder, and then the fourth one was ice, and that was like the worst one because everyone hated that because you actually had to have fire characters.
Yeah.
And then now they changed it to the first and second one are both ice, and the third one's thunder, which is the hardest one, and then the fourth one is just like some boss fights, or it's actually pretty easy.
The only thing that I hate about domains is the pyro debuff. Or I don't even call it. I don't have to call it a debuff, but it's a little exploding fireball that follows you around. God, and there's, I think they fix it now to where if you kill the the mage or the monster that has the little fire ring around it, it'll go away. Because before you would kill it, but it'd still follow you around for like 100 attacks.
Yeah, because it was the domain thing, right? But now it's actually like an ability for the mage, fire mage.
Yeah. Because the artifact abyss that I do, not abyss, the artifact domain that I do, yeah, it has one of those, and it's AIDS. It really just it gives me cancer. So.
Sure.
So I have no idea what you're talking about because I progress so slow in this game, right? Like I said before, I'm only ranked 35 right now. So when you guys talk about like all and break down all these characters and like the quests and stuff, I just kind of like lose track. But for the listeners here, I wanted to share my my squad that I play with. I main with Kaching, Diluc, Kaya, and Barbara, which is why I want to get Jean so bad because like Barbara is screwing my team over with the water. Because once I played with her and then like it versus like other elemental enemies, I lose.
Ricky, you just don't know the power.
Dude, I hack and slash too much. You seen my gameplay, Lee? I'm terrible. I play like a 6-year-old. Hey, go in there and
Ricky, you literally have Barbara and Diluc. Think about it. The freaking vaporize damage is so stupid, man. All you have to do like stop smashing buttons. Pull out Barbara and just apply, the wet status on them. And then if you have Diluc's ult, just pop them. You're gonna hit like freaking 20k off the bat, even at your level.
I think if you pop Barbara's, not her ult, but just her elemental skill, I think if you're close enough to him, it applies wet to him.
Her auto attacks apply wet.
It's like a thorn too. Like whenever you use Barbara's E, you want to stand right next to the fire abyss mage, for example, because it applies wet all around.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I really like using is Beto. Her counter is pretty clutch. Like a lot of times where I find myself like if I'm going to get somewhere I can time their attack, like the damage output on that is pretty insane. Plus you can mitigate damage. Do you have Ricky? Do you have Beto?
Yeah, but I don't play her.
Yeah.
It's like I wasted so much time and effort like trying to even out all my characters, and then
Yeah.
Lee showed me a video of like how to just work on your squad, you know. And I realized I was doing it wrong. I was like, shit, I wasted all this time and all the money and the
Your early
primo
game,
gems, like,
your early game resources.
yeah, the stuff that mattered. I wasted it already.
It's the level 60 desert. Once you hit level 30, you just run out of resources everywhere.
Yeah, it's it's deceiving because you get through the first portion of that and you're just like, oh, I've got all these resources. It's fine. I'll be fine. Like, nope.
Yeah. So now like I'm just working on my main squad and working on the Traveler right now. Other than that, like Beto, Official, the other characters that I have, I don't really work on them anymore.
Just be glad you don't have to level up Chi-Chi, getting her stupid flower off the cliff.
Dude, like
There-
there's some
You can
Go ahead.
you can buy them.
the purple flower, the violet
Yeah.
grass flower.
Yeah.
How many
If-
though?
I think it's like 5.
That's not enough.
But I mean, like, it's. Would you rather buy 5 or would you rather go find 5 and pick them up, or do both and you can,
It doesn't matter. You still have
Yeah.
to go grind it.
Those flowers are the word. I'm just glad I played the game religiously when it first came out. So I grabbed like everything and I scoured the entire map. Like I got all the achievements first. The 400 treasures in Mondstadt, 800 treasures in Leeway. I killed that in like less than 2 weeks.
oh my god, I don't know how you and Lee fucking did that shit, man. Like I haven't even 100% Mondstadt yet.
You're muted, Lemon.
I think he's talking to his Twitch stream.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's streaming right now too. So yeah, if you do see like Lee mumbling off in silence, he's talking to his stream.
Way
But yeah,
to-
let's
way
take.
to-
Oh,
way
go
to
ahead.
plug myself in on this.
Yeah. But yeah, let's take a look at some of these comments here. So Puzzles 1. So thank you for watching and tuning in on the Twitch. Let's see. John Quill says, "Oh, I think this is back to the Blackpink topic that we talked about." Let's see. Let's see. Let me take a look here. Oh, hello. That's my mom. My mom says hi. John Quill says she downloaded it a few days ago. Loves the graphics. I think that's referring to Genshin. And then Moa says, "Does Genshin Impact? Was that PTW? Is that play to win? Is that
No,
Pay to win.
It's not paid.
all pay to win?
not pay to win. It's what's the word? It's
You can manage being free.
Take your money regardless."
You can really, like, you hear us talking about like who our mains are. Like, you could run whoever the hell you want to run. If your favorite person is Kaya, you can run Kaya if you want. I honestly think he's probably one of the worst. That's just
I
me
love
though.
Chaos.
Basically,
I like playing Chaos though. I like playing him.
with all the free characters you get, you could clear out the entire content. It's just the game tempts you to spend money so you can get better. So you give a better chance of getting better characters, because it's possible to get like the newest character, but the chances are really low, and you have to manage your Primo Gem spending. You have to spend it at the right time. Like, for example, if you wanted to get a specific hero that's going to come out in like a few months, you'd actually have to save up, play like every day, like just log in every day and save up, and to maybe get that hero. Which is like it's more of a, if you want to get the new characters, it costs a lot of money. It's just you don't need those characters, so it's not pay to win, but it's kind of like the game is gonna do a really good job at tempting you to spend your money. Because dude, when the game first came out, I dropped $100-$200 like nothing.
Man, I tell you, it's gambling. It really is, because it doesn't matter how much you spend. You're not guaranteed the exact character you want. Case in point.
One of the YouTubers, Tenya, he spent $5,000 just to get a Diluc.
It's fucking crazy,
The
man.
game would not give him a Diluc, and he just kept spending money.
That's
we
gonna
need-
be me.
We need to stop talking about Diluc, all right? Because Michael doesn't have one.
I'm at
Yeah,
the point where I kind of joke with myself, you know. I enjoy some self-deprecation, but like
You don't joke. You don't sad.
I laugh at my pain.
Remember the last time I played with you? And you're like, "Oh, you have Diluc. Oh."
Yeah. Yeah, I was that same way when I saw like Ricky didn't even tell. Wait, no, yeah, he sent me a picture, a screenshot of his, and had Diluc, and I was like, son of a. I just dropped like 200 at that time, and I didn't get Diluc.
It's funny because after I spent $100 and I got Diluc, my brother made an account. He also got Diluc.
And then I hear that Lemondome, who was it that got Diluc like on free to play?
Say that again, cuz.
Oh, who? Which one of your daughters had Diluc on the free to play?
Oh, Aya, my 9-year-old.
Yeah, must be nice, you know.
She's got Venti, Kaching, Klee, and Diluc on her squad.
You know, I can't complain though because I've had some pretty like good rolls. I think one time I rolled I have a C3 Venti, in which 2 of those constellations came from one roll. So I was like really happy about that. So
Wait, so you pulled 2 Ventis in one roll?
yep.
Holy shit!
It's actually a
I haven't
Venti.
done that yet.
Venti
It's
and
for you,
then,
Jazz.
someone else.
Got to get the sexy voice on. Hello, Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Is that for your fans?
Wait, how'd you hear me? What the fuck?
You didn't get your mic.
I thought it was muted. Oh,
We should have let him continue.
Yep. Not saying
I had no idea what he was doing. I'm like, what's he talking about?
oh, I thought I had my shit muted. Fuck you guys. No, I got my streamer friend from Australia here. So Australia, Aussie, oi.
So
But
I've been working on trying to get like an Australian guest on my podcast too. She was one of the Suicide Girls.
Hey, maybe you could set up an interview with Jazz, dude. He's from Australia. Cool guy, man.
For sure. Yeah. So,
I linked your page to him already too. So
nice. Thank you. So, on this Genshin topic though, I know we talked about what we liked and we talked about the characters. Besides paying for the champions, is there anything in the mechanics that you guys didn't like? Like for me, I didn't like the fact that there was no aerial attacks.
yeah, that is definitely one thing that sucks about the game. Besides the freaking dive attack, it'd be nice to just be able to hit the space bar and slash someone in the face, but you can't do that. You can kind of do it with Klee because she has her auto cancel, but other than that, like if they would have just added like the air attacks, it would you can make better combos. To be honest, especially in the abyss, like once you get to like floor 10 and up, when the floors are like ice or whatever, you're jumping most of the time to not be frozen and shit.
Yeah. Those are annoying, the little ice cages. But movement things, I really wish there was some kind of. Has anyone played Honkai Impact?
No, I don't know what that is.
I tried
played
it.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah,
I tried it. That game is ass.
I mean, if you don't like Honkai, or it's one or the other. If you don't like Honkai, you won't like Genshin, or vice versa. But at least Honkai Impact has some kind of targeting system. That's one thing I wish Genshin would, because once upon a time, my main DPS team was Lisa and Barbara. I would just wet in electrocharge, but sometimes they would randomly just attack the wrong person. And Venti, sometimes I use his elemental burst, and I swear it's gonna go to this hilly trail that I'm looking at, but nope, it goes off to the right and sucks nobody up. I wish there was some kind of targeting system, and then I wish it would prioritize, like, if you're in battle, you probably don't want to climb a wall, because I've been near a wall.
So you're basically telling us that you want to suck everybody out.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? I mean,
And I agree with you with that. Because the targeting system, it's just it targets the nearest target. I think the best example is the Electromage. And when the Electromage fires her the little bees all around, and if you use Ventis all right next to her, you'll end up just hitting turning it like you're doing a 180 and hitting the bee instead.
And you know what's the stupid part? Those little mosquitoes don't get sucked up by the vortex.
No, they don't.
They're immune to that, which is like, really? Come on, physics. You're flying. Anyways,
OP mosquitoes.
Yeah.
West Nile virus.
What about you, Yelling? What don't you like about the game?
Well, I didn't like how the mains worked. That you had to keep like exiting and joining back in to get the rewards. But I think they fixed that now, right?
They did,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can enter
Yeah.
domains right away now.
Yeah, which I think that was the best change ever. I don't know. And then the whole wall climbing thing, like when you're just randomly running and you just climb something and you're like, I don't want to climb. I'm just dashing around.
Yeah. Like like you see the what is it? The ruin guard when he's about to do a spin attack and just you have to run from it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna run this way. Oh no, I guess I'm gonna climb a tree. It's fine. You know?
Yeah. I made Kaching and then I always do the her auto cancels. So
Mhm.
then so it's always I forget, is it 3 attacks dash to keep just getting that combo on. But then if I'm next to a tree, then it screws everything over.
Yeah. Yep. One last thing, if I can add. When you have to spam, I guess either F or square, to pick up all the items. I wish there would just be like one button to pick everything up. Because I've lost items that have fallen off of a cliff before. Because Genshin said, "Hey, let's put this chest right on the edge of a cliff."
Mm-hmm.
I see like a weapon or a crystal drop down. I'm like, great.
No, you shouldn't even have to press a button. It should just be auto loot.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
No.
Like,
I mean,
like a beach-
Yeah.
They fixed it with like the main bosses. They give you it right away now, but like with random chests, yeah, it'll roll down the hill.
Yeah, that's
I had one item like fall into the deep end of the water. I was just like, fuck it, because I'm not getting that shit. I was so pissed.
You know, if you had Gene or a wind user, you can pick it up from the deep parts of the water.
That's why I want Gene. I still don't have Gene. I'm always going to complain about not having Gene until I get Gene.
Jane is so good.
Gene was actually my first 5-star that I pulled, and I don't even use her because Gene is ass. If she was C6, she would be my main. But when you only pull one Gene, it's no good for me, man.
C6 and 5-star is
True.
just a dream.
Yeah, but
yeah.
C1 Gene, like C0 Gene versus C0 Dillick, you're not gonna pick Gene over Dillick.
True. Yeah.
Actually,
That's the thing about the constellations too. Like, especially when you get the high rating characters, it's so hard to level them up.
and that's honestly that's the trap. I think that's one of the traps.
I just go level 80. Then I'm
Constellation?
done.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's why I'm salty about Lee having 2 fucking Zhong Lees, and he leveled his up. I was like, what the hell?
Chat, the salt is real.
Yeah, I felt that salt. Like, it's like
I'm glad the game's mechanics are not that difficult. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
That's because it's a phone game. I think my issue with the game is that it's primarily a phone game. Because if you look at the pricing, you look at the gacha model, you look at the update system, the amount of content we're getting like every 2 weeks, the devs are running the game based off of the mobile gaming blueprint. Because I mean, the big one's just the pricing. You look at the pricing; it's like horrendous, and then you look at the content we're getting, and it's not bad content. It's just if you compare it to like a lot of other like MMOs and stuff. The issue with Genshin is it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's because like everyone is complaining about the resin, and the resin really isn't the issue. It's because if we had infinite resin, it would just be even more boring because we run domains. Because domains aren't even fun to begin with. A big one is they just need to add more meaningful content into the game. The single player story is fine. I think that's one of the best parts of it. But adding in I think what they do plan on adding was imagine like puzzle dungeons with co-op is what they were talking about. And I wouldn't really even recommend multiplayer yet because the multiplayer is just really bad right now because of latency. Until they fix the latency, then I wouldn't even go near like crazy boss fights for raids. Just because, dude, if you get like 20 people in one round, if you've played multiplayer, the latency is horrible. Once they fix that, then I think like we would have room for like I think more difficult. I think they need to add more difficult content that requires more people.
If they want Genshin to strive at this moment, moving on forward, all they have to do is add on co-op for the Spiral Abyss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because like besides Enviosity that I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
everyone else that does the Spiral Abyss is like freaking whales. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
spend money to get their characters, and they spend money on everything, like the packs to get all the heroes, wits, and stuff to like level up all their characters. And then
I
like,
think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, like I think co-op Spiral Abyss would make the game a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Co-op period.
I agree that it make the game more fun. I kind of see things the way, Mihoyo probably sees it. Is that, well, the incent is kind of this like, reward that you have to work towards. See, you if you don't have the right team that's not ready, you can't really survive the Spiral Abyss. On the other hand, if you could do multiplayer Spiral Abyss, I think maybe the way to solve it is to put some kind of like level gap system, because you'll have like some your high level friends carrying you through Spiral Abyss, and then because there's no world level restrictions for Spiral Abyss, you can just go all the way through it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like if they go into co-op Spiral Abyss, you would have to level cap it. You know what I'm saying? At every level, so you have to be in the same world level to do the Spiral Abyss together.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you would have to have the team specifications to enter. Like say me and Moang, we're in the same world level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, Moang, I'm gonna take Dillik in this room. What do you have to offer like to the team? And say he's like, I'm gonna bring Bennett because he's a healer, and we're gonna get the double pyro buff. So we can then input what we need into the squad, kind of like how you play like WoW or like DC, any MMO RPG.
Mm-hmm.
When you get into a raid or something, you have to fill those spots in order to get in. Like if the people are trying to enter our group to do the Abyss doesn't fill those positions, they're not going to play with us. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to meet all requirements to get in with this, and then like it goes deeper into the MMO side of it, where that's how you got to start forming guilds and groups.
Yeah, a guild system would be amazing.
Mhm.
They just gotta turn into MMO. Like that's why I hate it, because I know that they're gonna continue to do the mobile gacha gaming way, because they're gonna focus more on getting people to whale on characters right now, which can be overpriced unless you save up for it. But I don't see it going for the MMO route. They're probably just gonna make the current Genshin better than it is right now, but I don't think because they're gonna have to do like a big 180 if they want to go for more of like a grindy MMO type game.
Like honestly, I feel like once Blue Protocol drops, if it does drop in NA,
I'm dropping.
well, like if Blue Protocol drops in NA, if Korea actually releases it to us,
We're dropping
Genshin's dead.
What's Blue Protocol?
It's an open world MMO. It's not a gacha game.
It's the next anime MMO.
Yeah.
Is that the one you showed me, Moang?
Yeah, I showed you that one.
Yeah. Now that one looks pretty cool.
You should look
But
it up.
what I wanted to add on to what Lee was saying, like if we do like a guild system like that for Genshin, wouldn't that mean we would just have to main one character then instead of like a whole squad?
No, you can still build up 4 characters, but it depends on like what we need for certain things. Like
Okay.
you would have to, like basically right now in Genshin, if you have fire, ice, water, you're good to go. Like the Geo, it's good to have too, right? But you don't necessarily need it, because right now fire, ice, and water, those interactions with their elements is the strongest right now.
Mm-hmm. So
that's all you really need, or like fire and electro. So you basically, like if we built a guild like us 5 right here, even if we could do like 5-man dungeons, you know what I'm saying, instead of 4, we would just have to bring like one person has to be a healer, one person, and then like we just have to figure out what interactions we want to bring into the group, and then we do that dungeon. And then you always have to main 4 anyway, because every domain has specifications and requirements that you need to meet, or else you're gonna get damaged. Like if you go to the pyro one, you do overload damage, you're gonna get damaged. That type of shit.
There's a lot of cool things. There's a lot of cool things they can do with the guild system.
Yeah, but co-op connection sucks.
Yeah, the latency is horrible right now.
I've had it where me and my friends we were fighting. We went to the islands where you fight the rune guards.
Hmm.
We killed all of them. And one of them didn't activate. And then my friend tried to relog in, and while he was waiting, we found out we can push that one that didn't activate. We're pushing it into the water. Like it was, like no, it was. You know how the sit down model is for the rune guards.
Yeah.
So he stayed there, but we still had the battle music. But so we're like, okay, so this guy's just bugged out, and we decided we were just running into it, and we were like shoving it like inch by inch. So we decided to just mess around and just keep shoving it into the water, and it ended up going like on our screen it was like 10 feet above us, but on my other friend's screen who was desynced, it was still in the original spot.
Fucking
Yeah.
Genshin.
And I've had moments where like I'm flying off trying to go somewhere, and on my friend's screen I'm literally flying into the ground.
Hey, Moang. That's how you know our cousins are noobs. They have to group up to fight those freaking guys.
Bro, the instance that he's talking about, I discovered that by accident. That rock, like I didn't give up, obviously, but that rocked my fucking shit so bad. Like, it's just like, oh, it's just like 5 rune guards, no problem. But then like next thing you know, like one of them does their spin attack, and the next one does their spin attack, and the next one does spin attack. I can't get close.
When I first got to that island, I found a cheat. Like when you first enter the island, you go to the next one right across the water because the rune guards, they can't cross that little pond of water right there.
Yeah.
And then you just stay there and shoot them with fischl.
I made them fall into the water and they just died.
I just bring my biggest AoE groups, dude. Now that I got Albedo with, dude, I use Ganyu, Albedo, and I forgot Venti. If you get enough AoE, it's super easy.
It's easy when you have a C6 Ningguang, dude.
Yeah, I'd have to work on my Ningguang.
You know my Jade screen? It crits for like 40k.
Magic's really good against them because they have a lot of physical resist.
Yeah, if you have Beto, you can one shot them with her counter.
You can, Michael.
Yeah, so you just work them up and you use the counter shield and you can one shot them.
Dude, or if you have Dillick, you just smash them.
It's really easy to get that perfect counter because then their 3-hit move is pretty telegraphed.
Yeah, I mean, like I can time those. It doesn't one shot them though. It'll like
one shot them.
Maybe with some better equipment
That's
that
true.
I don't have.
Don't get me started on sub stats.
I just looked at the Reddit forums and people do some crazy stuff.
They probably did a crit build on her. But I have her kitted out with she's got a rank 4 prototype animus. I'm running Bloodstained Ritual and Gladiator. My cup has a physical damage bonus. Yeah, I mean I've and all her artifacts, they're gold artifacts, level 20. I got her. I can't take her much further without finding new artifacts or weapons. So she's my main DPS.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, she's my main DPS. I'm like, I can pretty much wipe out mobs with her, but can't one shot a rune guard. It's I feel a little sad now that I can't do that.
I think the shield's elemental. That's why.
Don't you have a Ningguang?
I do. I'm working on getting her up right now. Ningguang and Sucrose is like someone else I'm actually trying to get up. Her having an Enemo catalyst is actually pretty awesome because I'll just throw Xiangling out and I can just auto and it'll do pyro damage. So
Ningguang destroys everything.
I'm
not even gonna lie, right? If I could trade you, I would trade you my Dillick. I'm not even lying, Mike. because
It's not making me feel any better because I can't do it.
because honestly, like when I really play with other groups and co-op and stuff, Ningguang is my main DPS.
Yeah, I remember playing with you with your Ningguang. I was like, holy shit, she's doing a lot of damage. Because of you.
Damage.
Because of you. That's the reason why I'm actually trying to build up my Ningguang right now.
I
Me
mean,
too.
I mean, you throw rocks. Like, oh, you want to hit me? Throw rocks.
That and the thighs, but
Hey, Ning, stay off my waifu.
Okay, or that's a good question. Who's y'all's waifus? Who's
In the game? Oh shit.
yeah.
That's a tough one.
It's Ning and Beto all day, dude.
Jean. I like Jean.
Jean's got a dong, bro.
She's
Hello,
she's like
Ricky.
Konosuba.
Ricky, did you get the story part for Jean yet?
No, I haven't. That's why I keep complaining that why I don't have it.
Oh, you guys know about Jean and Barbara, right?
They're sisters.
Okay. Does
I didn't know
everyone
that. Spoilers. I don't care.
Yeah, because if you follow the story,
Spoiler
Barbara.
Force podcast. Hello.
Spoiler alert.
I don't think you play Barbara.
Yeah, she's my main healer right now because I have no other good healers.
He has
Yeah.
to play her.
If you read her like the story dialogue that they have when you the more you play with characters, she eventually tells you that you get the story where her and Jean are, I think they're half sisters.
Yeah, that and then Diluc and Kaya are brothers. I got that spoiled too on an artist Instagram page.
And Venti is a trap.
Dude is a trap.
I could not tell if Venti was a boy or a girl until like the character spoke.
Did you go on the Genshin site and read the comic?
No.
Okay, when we're done with this, go read the comic. They're like, I think it's on the second chapter. Venti has like the most scandalous trap outfit. I'm just like, what the fuck is he wearing? He's like straight out of freaking Cyberpunk, but he's got a bulge. Trap.
It's just like that
I'd rather-
character from ReZero.
Oh, the cat. Yeah,
Felix.
Felix.
Yeah, what's up, Don? How you doing, man?
So back to Michael's question though, waifus. I said Jean, Lee Mong's obviously Ningguang. Mong, what about you?
I think currently right now it's Ganyu and Jean just because I just pulled them. But my usual waifus is the Noel and Sucrose.
Okay.
You know, Mong's waifu is Zhongli.
Amber.
Yeah, I skipped Johnny. Get out of here.
What about you?
I don't know why you
Amber.
skipped. You shouldn't have skipped him, dude. Zhong is freaking OP, man.
I do. I don't want to. I didn't want to spend money on him. It's like either him or Albedo. I didn't want a spear user, and I didn't need another. I did not need another GL user because I was running GL MC at the same time.
Dong. Zhong.
I'm waiting for Zhao.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go. I'm hoping Zhao is the second banner because if Zhao is the first banner right after Ganyu, I'm probably not gonna be able to get him unless they throw like $100 in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to recharge my primo gems like naturally.
I need a banner skip.
I don't know, man. Like the way it's looking right now, I think we're gonna get Scaramouche before Zhao, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Zhao is the second one, I should be able to get him. Unless I'm really unlucky and I have to get both 90 pities. But usually the soft pity has been working pretty good for me. Usually around 76 pulls, I'm guaranteed to get. It's a super high rate of getting the not having to go 90, but 76 is the sweet spot for me.
I don't care about soft pities. I'm all about the hard pities.
What about you, Yelani? You didn't get to say who your waifu was.
Long, hard pities.
You better not say clean, man. I will end this.
I don't know, I love Clee's character. Like I didn't get her. I didn't get her, but I don't know, like,
Her video.
I love all her scenes. Like she has like the best.
Ricky, we
She's the best voice actor,
found it.
dude. Her voice actor is so cute, dude.
He's into the lollies, dude.
he's turning a little redder.
I don't know.
Yellow
I
Me
don't
did-
know. I'm just not invested in the game as much. Like Klee's the only thing
That's
that's
why Yellowme likes Megumin and Konosuba, man, and not
Klee and-
Darkness.
Klee and Mono have the most entertaining cutscenes for me.
Hey, the whole time we're talking about Yellowme is just like, I like Paimon.
Yellow Me, did you watch the anime Himoto?
No.
Umaru Himoto. They made so basically it's another lolly anime girl that's super cute in another anime, but they made a fan anime video with Klee as in that opening, and it's like the best thing ever. I'll send it to you on Facebook.
So the question I wanted to ask, good thing Lee brought up Paimon. I don't know if it was on Reddit or on YouTube. I read it somewhere, but do you guys think Paimon is the villain at the end?
Could
The
be.
end game boss, the Thanos of Genshin.
Paimon, I learned what Paimon was from watching a horror movie about this group that they were streaming the demonic possessions, right? And then in one of the books they read that Paimon was like one of the demons in hell.
Good talk.
Hi guys.
I just like way out there. Okay.
The awkward silence. Ricky, this is Ricky.
No, but I can see why. Yeah, the name Paimon, it is affiliated with with the demonic demonic forces. So but what do you guys think? Do you guys think that's something that's a part of the game, or is that just a rumor?
It
I
could
didn't
be.
even know about
I
that.
think it's viable. And when I find out that's true, I want it to be when I should find out that it's true to rock my world. Like I don't want that spoiled for me.
To rock your world.
It depends on how dark they're gonna go, because they could easily do it, but make it really lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
The game's not gonna go dark. They don't show anyone getting cut.
It's gonna go
Well,
dark. It's gonna go dark.
Every
mean,
cutscene, you don't see anyone getting cut.
The darkest we
They
got
cut
was when they took Venti's his thing away, his holocron.
Yeah, that, and then also who hasn't played Venti's storyline yet?
I think with the dragon, right? I played that one.
When they explain his backstory.
Yeah, where they explain his backstory, where you come across Stanley the adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Does everyone
I-
know that?
Yeah, when his friend died and he became
Yeah,
Stanley.
and then he asked like. Paimon's asking like, "Hey, so what happened to your friend?" And then they're like, "You want to go get some food, Paimon?" Like, can you get out of here? I actually really liked that story. Like that's the depth, like the levels of depth that they went like in that moment is one of the reasons why I really love Genshin though, because like the story can get really, really rich and really deep. Except this last one was pretty ass.
Except the fact that you haven't pulled Dillik yet, so it's saddening.
Double ass, yeah.
That's another storyline.
Hey, but if
go
you
ahead.
looked at the trailers though, for like the stuff that's coming in the future, like there's the little lolly dude. I think that's gonna bring some that might bring me back into it because it looks like he's a fighter because they didn't show him with any weapons. So maybe they might bring in like gauntlets or something. That would
That's what I'm
change.
hoping for too. Yeah.
That would change the game up. And then like the twin magicians. I don't really know what that's about. Maybe it's like a clone jutsu character. Maybe you never know.
Ice climbers.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Well, you know how when they did the characters, the stories, like Kaya's mission story 1, I'm hoping that when they get around to doing everyone's part 2 story, that we get it all in one go rather than one at a time. Because even with Ganyu's story, it's kind of almost like a hassle now because when they release one small story at a time, it's kind of annoying because we're kind of in the grind right now. But if they give like a bunch and give us like a lot of time to just work on those, because honestly, we don't really even need that many more heroes right for now because there's so much content that they could focus on with like the stories and also getting rounding out the map still. Because I think the next area we're gonna get it's either Inazuma or there's gonna be like a fortress area at the north part of Mondstadt. Because there was a map that got leaked, well not leaked, but kind of leaked, and it basically to the right it's all ocean, and the map's just gonna go further to the left when we get to Sheshnaya.
You mean so like where the Dvalin is? So it'll be like to the left of that.
It's gonna go up.
Up from there. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's some areas up there that you can't really progress through. But yeah, that's actually would be a good area for it. But to piggyback off of what you said, yes, I agree 1000% about the putting giving enough storyline content concurrently, not just having these breaks, story grind, because one of the things again I really fell in love with when Genshin was still in its like baby phases is like you get that thing of like, okay, one more quest, all right, one more quest until it's like 4 a.m. That was me. Can't do that anymore because it's just there's not enough story to do that. But I just really, really fell in love with like the story, the lore, and yeah, the characters and everything. It really just captivated me.
With the initial 40 hours, the initial 40 hours of the game are it's such a good game. Plus, it's free, which is why it's hard to give it a lower score because it's free and you get a ton of content. I think it's when you hit late game is when things kind of slow down in a bad way because you realize if you played a gacha game before, it's going down the phone path where there every 2 weeks is an update, and like literally like I'm playing like 2 other phone games right now, and they run on the same schedule. Every 2 weeks is a big update, and then and usually the banners are what they gear for, and then it depends. It's either the story's gonna suck or it's not gonna suck, because it's the reason why I absolutely hate Final Fantasy 15. And I talked to Ricky about this already because like the base game was horrible. Like the story was horrible, and then like just like this year, the story finished because you play all the you play all the DLCs, but the thing is, I already dislike the base game, and they expect me to like it after all the updates. So like I'm not a big fan of the slow update because in what it feels like Genshin was just an early beta test that we got, and they could have waited like another year to give us more content, which would have been better. But it's hard to say too because it's already like 40 hours for exploring. But when it comes to just story content, I think they should have waited like a year or two to get more content.
You know how much money they made by not waiting?
I know. Oh no, it was worth it for them. It's just as a game as a whole, I dislike a lot of the business practices that they have.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, if we were to play Genshin for the way it's supposed to be, like follow the story and just play it right and not worry about the gacha system, Genshin is an awesome game. All right,
agreed.
But people like me and Moang, we have the same mindset. That's why we're freaking like level 53, 54. You know what I'm saying? We are the type of people to want the strongest motherfucking characters and be at the top of the food chain.
Our resin's always at 0.
That way we can show off to our cousins like Ricky and Michael. Like, oh,
Hey,
that dungeon's easy, bro. Let's go.
Can I put myself on? I'm AR-50. Hey, just haven't got a delete yet.
Did you know to look? Oh, it's okay. It took me 54 to get. It took me until 54 to get Gene.
What about you, Nomi? What rank are you?
I am, I think, 40.
Okay.
Aya's level 40. What the hell?
I played a lot for a short period and then I stopped.
Yeah.
Because Chi honestly made me quit the game because I gave up getting those flowers.
Yeah, I'm the same rank as Lemond's boy Logan. I mean, they were the same rank.
Yeah.
And he's like, really, Uncle, you're rank 35 only. Like, yeah, I guess I don't play.
That's almost like a Gohan Goten story where Goten is flying and
No, it's a Goten grew up to be a fighter, right? But Gohan grew up. He had a really good story to be a fighter, but he ended up being a disappointment.
yeah. Story of
No,
my life.
but
Well, yes, the
Michael, you were
original
talking earlier, like how you
right?
liked the progression of the story and stuff like that. But I think you made a post on Facebook. You said you really liked the music.
It
And,
was phenomenal.
Bro, like
Phenomenal.
that's a whole nother like chapter right there because the way they produced everything from Mondstadt and especially from Liyue, like
Of course, Liu is gonna be good. This from China. They had to represent.
Yeah, they had I forgot his name, but he was the the chief composer for
Yeah, composer.
all the music there. And I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube videos of like the orchestra.
I think
Yep.
a lot of us watch. Yeah.
My goodness, like I
would go to that concert.
like I play Genshin music when when I want to sleep, but I don't sleep though. That's the thing. It's like, okay, this should be relaxing. I'll sleep, but I'm sitting there like this is taking me through the motions. This like I'm going on a journey of like just pure feelings and
You know what you
emotion.
need? You know what you need, Mike?
I
you need-
kind of don't want you to. I don't know. I'm not just going.
I'm gonna give it to you anyways because I don't care.
All right, let's go.
You need a Dillick soundboard to put you to sleep.
Dude, that Dillick game, the hero trailer, dude, it was so good.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
I would cry myself to sleep if I did that. That's how I would sleep.
Michael would wake up like, "No, Dylan, come back."
I just think about it this way: the longer you're gonna get him eventually, and it'll
Don't
be
get my
better
hopes up.
because you'll actually be able to enjoy him. Because a lot of us that got him early, dude, I don't really, I don't use Diluc. I only use Diluc if I have to use him.
I use him because he's my strongest character right now.
He's still
I was maining Fischl for the longest. I pulled Gene, didn't even use the bitch. As soon as I pulled Dillick, I put all my resources into him.
You know, I've got a C6 Fischl that I do not use.
Dude, I want one.
I feel I know people are gonna hate me for that. But she's level 20 sitting with like no artifacts. I'm like, okay, that's cool, you're a C6 and all, but like
Dude, at this point in time, I use Kaya more than I use Fischl.
yeah. That gives me some comfort.
no one uses Fischl. You only use the bird.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
that's
much.
True. Yeah.
Hey, Fischl was my main DPS before Dillick came along, though. I was hitting for like 5k, just like the auto tech. I had machine gun Fischl build. And then Dillick came along, and I'm just like, bye, Fischl. You're officially on the bench.
Officially. Nice.
So, did you guys have any last words about Genshin before we move on to the next topic?
I didn't get to hear Yelmi's waifus. Oh wait, he did. Did he?
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
it was like it
don't really
was
have-
Paimon and Klee.
Oh,
I
Paimon.
enjoy characters. Like if you had,
Okay.
I don't know, it's like if I, out of
Is
anyone,
the female traveler?
I don't know.
Female traveler.
Hey, she's
What's
looking cute, though, dude.
Lumine, that's her name.
Well, I picked the male traveler instead of the
Yeah,
female.
same.
Say
Dude,
what?
dude,
That's your waifu, the male
if
traveler?
I could go back, I would change my male traveler to female traveler.
But that actually follows the I guess the way Genshin is playing the storyline out though, because you actually do play what's his name?
Lumen?
Kazuma.
Desmond. Des motherfucking nuts.
Tyrone. No, because like, and that's another part of the storyline that I really can't wait to see what happens between like him and his sister. Because there was that one clip that they put up where Lumine sees her brother, but stays away. You know.
Do you think you're gonna fight her towards the end?
We don't know.
I think that's gonna happen, though.
I think
Yeah.
that's what they're alluding to.
The character that you didn't pick is mad at you because you didn't pick him.
Yeah.
Or an Itachi character? You think they're the villain, and they're
Or there's
the
that final boss that used the square gravity attack.
Look, the travelers are gonna meet and they're gonna fight each other, and then after he beats his sister, she's gonna awaken and be like, haha. the whole
We're
time
gonna have two
I
main
was your
characters.
brother.
You're gonna give us two main characters.
She's a trap too.
I'm just scared for the game to introduce 6 stars.
I'm ready for it. Oh yeah, 6 stars and 6-star weapons.
No.
Oof.
Well, is that
Oh no,
coming?
actually 6-star artifacts is like we know those are coming.
Oh man, that means we're gonna 6-star.
It's gonna come. It's a gotcha, dude. It's like
Mhm.
it's like your S tiers to your double S to your triple S's.
Yeah, triple S. Yeah.
I think that ruins the game.
And triple S's for MiHoYo is $signs.
yeah.
Yeah. Triple dollars. Yeah.
But like
Why
I said,
not?
again, if Blue Protocol drops, Genshin's dead. Period.
I'm dropping, dude. If Blue Protocol came out, I would drop Genshin in a heartbeat, even though I spent like $300.
I gotta check that out then. I think Moang showed me the
I
trailer for
showed
that.
you, it was a while back, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I gotta go back and rewatch it.
But it looks pretty
But you
legit.
know,
I don't think you'll like it though, man, because you're not really fond of like MMO mechanics.
If you don't even have time to play Genshin, you're not gonna have time to play it.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll probably just get it just to say I got it and then never play it.
The reason
Like
why I
Final
like
Fantasy 7.
the reason why I really like Genshin is because you don't need to play that much. Now, once you hit late game, you just all your only focus is doing burning resin, and you can do the events if you want to or not.
Just do your commissions. That's it.
I'll even admit, like I've tried to play MMOs. I thought I would like MMOs, but I actually just eventually get tired of the grind. Then I give up.
Mhm.
I give them a try though, because I think the last one I played was like Black Desert. It's like, oh, I'm gonna love this game. I just built a PC. I can, run my really nice graphics on a really beautiful game. But no, I lost interest in it in about like 2 weeks.
Like I had to get out of like the deeper MMOs. Like I played WoW with my friends for like a good year and a half, and I had to quit because it got to the point where it's just like I don't have a fucking life.
Yeah, dude, WoW is fun. If you have friends to play with and the raids every Tuesday or whatever time.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mhm.
We did our pre raids on Saturdays, and then we did our true raids on Sundays. And then throughout the whole week, all we did was freaking dungeons and like the mystics and stuff.
Mhm.
But it got to the point where like even the summer times, and like I'm a big fisherman. Like
They're adding
you
more.
want to go
too.
fishing? I'm like, no, I got to
Dude, they added Mythic Plus, and that's even more content then. And then
Mythic Plus is fucking it's cancerous, bro.
yeah, Ricky. But the thing is, Ricky,
The floor is on fire. You're on fire. Everything's just on fire.
the best thing about WoW, Ricky, is the boss fights. That's literally the only content that I would be interested in, is because like WoW has some of the best boss fights in all video games of all times. If you ever get a chance to ever do a raid and you see how it works, it's the kind of raid where you actually like, depending on how hard you do it, you have to like prepare for it as a group, as a guild, and you have to have people with it.
I'm a terrible team player though.
Okay, you know what would be suiting for us family members right now to play,
Jackbox.
especially for Rick. I'm talking about like just MMO period. We should just play DC Universe.
Yeah, that'd be fun. If we all play it. The thing about MMOs is I'm down to play if a group of people play it. It's like all my Hmong friends, they're trying to get me to play WoW. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna play WoW unless you get a 20-man group for heroics.
you know us five here can carry a DC Universe guild.
Didn't know that.
Plus, we could play as villains, dude.
Yeah, I've seen Lee play DC Universe. It was pretty cool when it was happening.
Yeah, the best
when
part is the character customization.
Remember, I used to slap people around as a Justin Bieber villain, dude. I was just strong as fuck. I just go into the heroes area and they're like, "Oh man, it's fucking Justin Bieber." And then message me like, "You're about to die." They come up and I just slap them. And then my buddy built his character, which was Jaden Smith, and we're just these two little prick kids just whooping on heroes. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude, MMO would be good though, because it's more of only if a group of people play with. Dude, that'd be lit if all of his cousins played it. Maybe even like because you guys don't play Valorant, but I was talking to Warren back in Detroit. He was like, dude, we should get on. I should get on Valorant because I play once in a while.
Dude, I play Valorant.
Do you play Warren and Danny and them a lot?
They don't normally. I haven't seen them. I played with Valorant with Warren once.
Oh, okay.
His girlfriend just got a PC. But they mainly play Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
But I play Valorant like almost every day with my friends.
Dude, you should add my brother. He's in the Radiant rank.
No freaking way.
Dude's hella good at. He's hella good at Valorant. Like
Hold up.
he sells plat accounts. That's how good he is.
Michael's like, I can't get anything.
My brother's good.
I'm like,
he joins our squad. He carries us all the time with the cloud bitch.
I'm silver 3, borderline gold, gold 1. So
Dude, play with Sue, bro. Dude's friggin' he clutch every game. When he joins my group, I'm like, hey guys, this is my brother.
we should play though. I mean, well,
later.
It's the least forgiving of like FPS shooters. That's if that's the hardest part for a lot of people who play like Call of Duty or Halo. Like, oh, it shouldn't be too bad. It's another shooter. Nope. You're
It's a strategic shooter. It's different from the Call of Duties. It's like the Call of Duties that we're used to. Like when I grew up with Black Ops, and all I did was just run deathmatch all day. But then
Yeah.
when I swapped over to Rainbow Six, and I played like 2 years worth of Rainbow Six, which is super fun. Then I swapping over to Valorant and Rainbow, you realize having one life is kind of a lot funner, even though you're
Mhm.
dead half the time once in a while.
Valorant is a cartoon CS:GO. That's it.
yeah.
It's a
with
CS:GO with
abilities.
League of Legend powers.
Look,
With
DC,
abilities.
DC Universe. I can
That's
be
a-
I can
That's
be a
an older game,
controller.
though.
I can be a controller. I'm pretty sure Moan can be a healer, and then the three of you can just be our DPS. Easy. Because I know Ricky likes to smash buttons, so that's a DPS role all day. You just go in there with like lantern powers and just
Just face roll.
just dead. Everything dead.
I'll take a look into it. I've never I've heard about the game, just never really like looked into it that much.
I played it back on my PS3.
Boy, you ain't lying. PS3. That was that.
That's when playing online was free.
Do you want to start your own podcast? Then sign up with Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout has helped hundreds of thousands of users to begin their podcasting journey. With easy-to-use tools, you can effectively get your podcast onto many platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and more. You can view stats, create audio clips, and even have your own podcasting website. Buzzsprout also offers ideas, tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you improve your podcast. Follow the link below, and once you sign up, you'll get a $20 Amazon gift card. This will let Buzzsprout know that I sent you and also support Spoiler Force Podcast. Happy podcasting. If you're into anime, manga, or anything that's from Japan, Otaku Detroit is the place for you. Located at 513 West, 11 Mile Road in Madison Heights, Michigan, you can find a variety of manga books, anime figures, collectibles, posters, snacks, and even authentic items from Japan. Stop on by to see store owner Matt and let him know Spoiler Force sent you.
Do you like that? How games are now just like you're just buying pieces of it now versus buying the whole game like before.
Yes, no. It's the quality. Like you look at Final Fantasy 7, right? It sounds really bad that we're only getting one portion of it, but what we got was that it was worth $60.
It's just something we have to adapt with, man. That's just how companies are. That's just how they're promoting and marketing their stuff now. So we just have to accept it.
Do I like it? No. Is that going to change anything? No.
Yeah, 'cause your generation, you guys got the PS1, the complete RPGs with 0 bugs.
Yeah, four discs for 3 or 4 discs for Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Like it's like what you can get all of this. I can play all of this. Like,
You know how heartbreaking it was when you get to like the 3rd disc and like someone scratched it. You're just like, no, no. Now I gotta go to Blockbuster or Family Video and trade one out.
Yeah, I was gonna say trade one, not just rent it.
Like I'm just gonna rent this one and swap the discs.
Everything's turning digital too now, and you can just buy everything digital now. Like my PS3 days, I was more hard copy, and I had my shelves of games. But dude, I'm slowly turning into digital. Because digital is just so much easier.
It's easier to maintain. It's more convenient.
If you're actually buying the game on it. Now I don't know if you guys know. I actually just recently learned this, but when you play games through Steam and purchase them on Steam, you're actually not purchasing the actual license for that game. So if at any point Steam removes that game's gone, even if you paid for it. So that's I actually just learned that. So
or if Steam ever crashes and dies, then all the games are gone.
Yep.
I forget what the other.
It's not gonna happen though. Steam's too big, man.
Well, I think there'll be a lot of lawsuits.
You know why
because
Steam's not going anywhere? Because it's from China.
That's actually good. But like if a game decides to pull itself out of Steam's library, even if you paid money for the game, I don't know if they credit you or anything, but you don't have the game anymore. If that happens, yeah.
Yellowy, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, that's why there's this other like third party thing that's getting bigger because the way
Epic?
not Epic. I forget what it's called.
I think Epic's the same way.
Epic,
There's
Hamabondo.
also, instead of you buying like the game that way, for them, you buy the actual license to it,
Directly, yeah.
and so then you
Okay.
can play it on different machines, things like that, without going through all the loopholes that Steam has.
Well, makes more sense too because Steam takes like they take like 70 to 60% of the profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the more popular games off of Steam, though, you do have you download the licensing. As far as I know, like Final Fantasy, even though I got it through Steam, I'm still I downloaded it from the SquareSoft spot.
Yeah, those are those. I'm not sure how those work, but I know that there's some games
depends.
you can like, yeah, with you like you can still cross play with like other platforms, but like you can play through Steam. What is it like? I think Apex is that way because you can either play through Origin or you can play through Steam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends on the developer because you look at Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red has their own thing now where they're putting The Witcher. They're not taking it off, but they're moving The Witcher 3 over to the CD Projekt Red thing. Then all the EA games are going to be in Origin still. I think like look at Genshin for example. Genshin's not using any. They could have used Steam, but they're using their own downloader installer because it's much more profitable for them. Because if Genshin Impact had to go through Steam, they would have lost like so much of their profits.
Yeah, but Steam games, you still have to go make accounts at the main game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On their site.
For games like that, then yes, I think you do have to. I think there is like that retainability for your account and everything.
The only thing that Steam's gonna take away is the hentai games.
Not anymore. There's so many hentai games now, bro. It's insane.
Bro.
I bought like
We
a
don't
bunch of them.
shut up, man. We don't know about those.
They've eased up even the Nintendo Switch, bro. The moment Nintendo let indie games come in, bro, it's horrible. Your kids shouldn't open the Nintendo store.
Thanks for letting us know, Jiraiya-sama.
Well, speaking of Jiraiya, let's move on to the next topic. So, besides Genshin, I wanted to bring up some anime topics here that we've all been watching or trying to keep up with. I know there's a bit of a mix-up with what we've been watching, so I do want to kind of steer clear of not having too many spoilers. So, but one that we agreed to talk about was the Promise Neverland. And Yelmi, you said you haven't watched that one yet, right?
Yeah, I don't care about spoilers. Like I'm one of those people that if it's spoiled, I just get to watch the spoiler happen.
There's lollies.
It's the next Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Or Maze Runner.
Yeah, it's almost like Maze Runner if you've seen that trilogy. It's like that.
Next team. Dude, I can imagine Americans making it. It's the next team drama movie.
Yeah, I saw the first episode.
Did you guys see the live action trailer though? It's absolute shit.
Is there a live action trailer?
There's a live action.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Live action.
I see it and I'm just like, no.
You're too old.
Thanks for letting me know so that I can never watch it. Like I do not.
Dude, Japanese live actions they're not that good either.
Japanese live action interpretations, like their plays, are way better than the live action films. Like
Agreed. Yep.
the only so far the only one that came out like not too long ago that I was like, it's okay, was probably Bleach.
Yeah, that was okay.
Like Bleach, it wasn't bad for me because all it did was they just took like the first half of the first season and they crunched it into a film, and the acting wasn't bad. It was fine with me. But when I saw the trailer for Promise Neverland, I'm just like, promise me to never come out. I don't want to watch this shit.
Promise me this will never land. Yeah.
Like Full Metal Alchemist was horrible.
Promise bullshit. That's the movie.
I would rather they let an American director do it.
Like, did you guys really think that we can't tell that that's a fucking wig on her?
That's how I was with Full Metal Alchemist. I was just like,
dude,
garbage.
So terrible.
CGI was just, dude, horrible.
I saw the trailer and I just like that's no. There's some things that you can't do in live action.
You can't do an animation, yeah.
Exactly.
Like how you gonna be Japanese? Make this great anime, and then still make a live action Japanese movie, and it's like the equivalent of America's Dragon Ball. It's fucking bad, bro. Like,
That's-
no.
Oh,
It's hard though when you think about it from like a director's creative perspective, because it's really hard to put anime, like some anime outrageous anime stories into like in a cohesive story, because a lot of them have to look at it not from an anime perspective. They put it in through a movie perspective where you have to crunch a lot of things in. And I think the issue is, like, I think Netflix has solved like a lot of the issues. You make it into as a series, into seasons. Because then when you're able to cut the story up a lot like that, I think it costs more though, right? Because to make a season,
The series
versus-
costs more than a movie.
yeah,
number one, I trust Netflix for the most part. I trust Netflix's production material versus like Hollywood's production material, because like Netflix has put out some really, 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 really good stuff.
except for Death Note.
Yeah, they're definitely fucking trash.
Look, a lot of these like anime or like video game interpretations into like live action. Me and Ricky's talked about this subject plenty of times because that's just me and Ricky. But if they would just let people like me and Ricky like do the casting, fuck, like the acting and all the other shit, you could do that shit later, man. Like we're in 2021 now. Like CGI is like easy for these people to make now, you know?
Yeah.
Like all those times when they made like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and shit, like
God.
they wanted to focus on like how good the actor was. Fuck that shit.
Well,
Find someone that fits the role. And like me and Ricky would have just picked all the guys from WWE. They would have been great.
Well, you look at Mortal Kombat, the first movie.
Like look at we can make a Street Fighter right now.
hey,
And
the first
freaking
movie
John Cena can be Guile, dude.
the first Mortal Kombat wasn't bad. Annihilation was
No,
Then
Mortal
about
Kombat was horrible. Liu Kang couldn't even kick past his shoulder.
what it was. Maybe it's nostalgia speaking. I've actually been watching some YouTube clips of
I
that.
think it was the Annihilation, right? Was that the third one?
Second,
There's only
There's only
Is
two.
there only two films?
Yeah,
The-
Annihilation. The second one is like the worst one. out of all.
I think Annihilation was better than the first one. Just
No,
because
the first
just
one was
because- no, Sonya was hotter, dude. That's
okay.
all.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
and she could fight better.
But the ending though,
But
like
no,
what-
when you watch freaking B-rated movies, live action films, you watch for fucking tits. That's it. I'm not even fucking lying. As a man watching a B-rated live action interpretation of a video game, if Sonya Blade is hot and she can fight, I'm satisfied.
there was a scene where she was fighting Melina in the mud. That
Yeah, exactly, Michael. Exactly.
Okay.
Now you think about it, you're like, yeah, Annihilation's better, right?
I'll agree with that. But like, it's funny because you'll if you go look at some of the first movies clips on YouTube and read the comments, a lot of people are like, man, this is a great movie. Too bad there was no sequel. Too bad there was never a sequel. Like, it's just that's how terrible.
Hey, Mortal
Mine-
Kombat's pretty big right now.
mine is-
so they're
mine is
probably
so-
gonna eventually revamp it soon.
the games are insane.
They just released pictures today.
they announced pictures.
Dude, they're not
Yeah.
afraid of doing their fatalities, bro. I love it.
Did
I'm
any of you
excited.
guys watch Monster Hunter yet?
No.
Yeah, there's
No.
two. There's two Monster Hunters, right? There's a part two of a Monster Hunter story mode, and then there's the other Monster Hunter game coming out.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie.
Andrew watched it. He said it was better than Wonder Woman.
I'm scared to spend $20 on it.
I thought that was Mong's attempt to not acknowledge the movie.
I thought so too, man.
I forgot about that. You mean Resident Evil cat? Resident Evil Monster Hunter?
You mean Resident Ongbak?
Resident Evil.
Back to Promise Neverland.
I'll probably bootleg it when the movie comes out in HD.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
Back to Promise
Yeah,
Neverland.
so back to Promise Neverland. That was like a little big tangent right there. But back to Promise Neverland, man. Me and Lee, we discussed this a little bit when we did our Demon Slayer review. But for Michael, Moang, and Yellowme, or not Yellowme because Yellowme didn't watch it, but for Moang and Michael, what were your guys' thoughts of the series? Because there's only like 12 episodes.
I love a lot of things about this anime. I regret not watching it earlier, but I have a viable reason. Sorry, story time. So this is when like Um, a white guy. I forgot how to say white in Hmong.
Mikada.
Yeah, Mikado. I okay. For those watching, I don't speak Hmong at all. Kuchpa highly Hmong.
Hey,
That's
you
all.
did.
That's all I can say.
Hey, Mike.
That's what I keep saying. That's what I tell my mom and dad. I don't speak Hmong. I speak Hmong.
You know what it is? Look at Moang and look at Yellowme. They don't either.
But like I know most of your audience is Hmong, so if anyone's watching, sorry. Disclaimer. Yeah, I'm only half Hmong. But anyway, so I have this friend who just like I know he only comes up and talks to me about anime because I'm Asian. That's because he doesn't talk to anime about anybody else but me. It's like his old coworker. I'm like, have you seen? He's like, hey, have you seen this anime? I'm like, no, I haven't. I don't watch that much anime. I've told you this before. He's like, oh, oh, you did. Why? Because I'm Asian. Like, but he would always recommend these. And this one time he came and recommended this show. I'm like, yeah. But I did remember the name. So I went back and watched it after Ricky told me about it. And I was like, holy shit. So-and-so was right. But no, it really like from episode 1, like I kind of had this feeling like I can talk about it, right? Without spoiling anything.
Well, Yummy didn't care.
Yellowme didn't care, so
Okay.
The only spoilers we can't spoil is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, and for the listeners, we're not talking season 2 yet because some of us has not watched season 2. Like,
It's just aired. There's barely anything to spoil.
I haven't seen season 2 yet either. But anyways, you see all this perfect world things going on. You're like, man, something's not right here. It's like it's just too happy. It's too calm. And then you see what happens to I forgot her name, but the little girl at the end of episode 1, and just like, holy shit, this changed everything.
This is so dark.
Yeah, no, it just took a really dark. It literally takes a shit on you, like a massive shit on you. Like you thought it was gonna be a happy anime. No, it's definitely not. I think Norman is such a badass. One of my favorite moments is when he tests Ray.
Oh yeah.
When he tells him that he told those other 2 people about the ropes, and then he finds out that he's like, so you're the traitor, Ray. I'm like, holy shit, let's go! Like I literally like kicked my chair back, like holy shit. Not a lot of animes can get that kind of reaction out of me, but and then I don't want to go too far into it. We can get there naturally, but I honestly, it's a genius anime storyline. I legit got hooked. So thank you guys for recommending that to me.
Who watched it first?
I think Ricky watched it first, right?
Was it me or you, Ricky?
We watched it around the same time, but I watched it first, and then I told you to watch it. Then I think because you were like, that's why you didn't want to like wait no more, because that's why you just want to binge it because you couldn't wait anymore for Promise Neverland.
Look, all I know is when I first watched Promise Neverland, I'm like, okay, you have to like animes. You have to intrigue me from like the first 10 minutes.
Yes.
First episodes are pretty important for animes.
But luckily, I had nothing else to do that day, so I'm just like, this is me watching Promise Neverland. Okay, all right, kids, serial numbers, orphans. Is this anime just about like adoptions or whatever? Okay, little girl, she's getting adopted. Oh, she forgot her teddy bear. All right. What the fuck is wrong with Japanese people? And then when I finished the series, I'm just like, I didn't have anxiety, but now I do. It's crazy. That's how good the anime is, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Like
not as severe as Limon's reaction, but I was somewhere along. It's like It's okay. Like
Finding out that Ray was like, was it Maria's actual son, whatever?
it's
Oh,
a
good twist.
yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Fucked up
I
shit.
love the whole like cat and mouse game, like how they used the game tag as like part of the story. I love that so much. Like how they were training the kids. Like we'll just play tag all day. Like they're just training these kids, teaching them how to make knots and do all like these survival tactics. and how Emma, Norman, and Ray got tested by the other mother. I forgot her name.
The black lady.
Yeah, I forgot her name already. But she was a good character too. Like she tested them. And
She
they
was,
showed you
she was creepy as fuck though. She was like I can tell the way they designed it was just to make you uncomfortable. But another twist that I really liked is towards the end where was it you think that like Emma and Ray have like lost hope and everything after Norman gets selected. But they were doing that on purpose. And when they revealed all that, I was like, holy shit, it's still going.
It was the final act.
Yeah. So all I think, I can't say this enough that it's such a great story.
Dude, right after we finished the anime, me and Ricky already we're theorists. And I was just like, yeah. Norman's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive, definitely for sure.
The moment
he's
they
too
didn't,
fucking smart.
well, the moment they didn't show him die, right? Because you look at the other maid, dude, she clearly got killed. But with Norman, he just walked in and didn't show anything else. I'm like, dude, he's not dead.
Yeah,
He's gonna bring him back.
Because
Norman knows what happens. He walks towards the truck, but then Isabella's like, not that way, this way. And he walks into a room, and then his eyes light up, and it's just like, okay, what the fuck?
They're gonna train him to be a father.
yeah, exactly. Because he's too smart, so they need him to breed. He's the bull. He's the future bull. Humans are cattle.
Yeah, but I love that whole like escape, like conspiracy kind of themed anime, man. Like the fact that it's just little kids, that's what made me get like so drawn into the story because like it's little kids trying to survive in an adult world.
Yeah.
Cute little
Right.
kid.
And like I think as an adult, like when you look at kids nowadays, like we forget that they're really smart. That they're aware of their surroundings, and seeing them like plan to escape and risk everything to just get out. That's what made this anime like so great to me. And then again, like we talked about with Genshin, the music in this anime was really great too, and the animation itself, just like how the production wise for just a 12 episode season, that they did a really good job.
Honestly, I think 12 episodes is perfect because it's paced. That's one of the things. The other things I love about it is paced really well. There's never any moment where you're just like, why is this episode here? Why are we watching this? Hurrying to the point. It's paced really well, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, it's a really good anticipation builder, which pisses me off.
I thought the escape was pretty lackluster because the thing for me was with the beginning with the girl getting killed, setting the tone. That really set the tone for me. My only issue with the show is no one else really died.
I kind of that would be a really good card to play there. That I missed opportunity to give audience, the viewers, like the fear of like like someone could actually get killed off. Anything can happen, kind of thing. Like I know there's a lot of other animes, but one of them is Akame ga Kill. If anyone has seen that.
Yeah,
it's like you think like
that's how you don't treat your characters.
Yeah, it's just like no one is safe. That's you get this feeling that everybody's safe.
Not even the main character.
Yeah, exactly. Like that anime pissed me off, but in a really good way. But like I'm getting depressed thinking of that anime right now.
It was depressing, bro. The music was so good and everything.
Yeah.
But
The only anime I've watched so far, like that recently, that makes you piss off with the main character is probably Shield Hero.
I like Shield Hero. I liked him.
No. I'm saying it's good. Shield Hero is good. I'm just saying like you feel like fuck everybody.
Oh yeah, no.
You
dude,
feel like the Shield Hero.
I loved Shield Hero. I think the second half was where I got the moment you realized like it just became like he just gets more girls and girls added to his party and it became more of about the trade. It got kind of boring there. But I think the first initial 4 episodes, 10 out of 10.
I still
Plus-
didn't have any time to
Plus,
watch.
the reason why I liked it was because of the political drama.
Oh, spoilers.
That's okay. My mom's already told me already.
Shield Hero is good, man.
Dude.
Shield Hero. I've never heard of that.
I'll be honest, the only reason why I liked it was because social justice warriors hated it.
Don't lie. You liked it because the main girl is a freaking furry.
That too. No, it's funny because with Anime Girl of the Year, right? Everyone was like Nezuko is gonna get it, and then honestly, Reptalia deserved it.
No,
Yeah.
Nezuko.
Have you seen Shield Hero?
No,
No.
Reptalia. She
She 100% deserved it. If you've watched the show, she deserves it. But it's funny though because everyone wanted Nezuko to win, right? And everyone's like, "Well, Reptalia is 14-year-old." I'm like, Nezuko's 14-year-old too.
I mean, if it was up to Ricky, he would have gave it to Aqua.
That's who.
Yes,
Okay.
Aqua deserves it.
Oh, man.
Because Michael brought up, what's it, Akame got killed. Like she's one of the voices in there too, and she's the voice actress for Aqua. She's phenomenal. That's why I like her, like the character and the voice actor so much. And then me and Mong, we talked about Rent a Girlfriend, how funny that anime is too. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I don't think Lee will be into that kind of rom-com.
One of the best animes of the year, just saying.
But yeah, she's a great actress, and
Excuse me.
before we wrap up this Promise Neverland talk, I guess since you guys haven't watched the latest 2 episodes of the Promise Neverland yet, what do you guys expect for season 2? Since they've already escaped.
Norman turns into the bad guy. He becomes the father.
I honestly think Norman's too smart for that. I don't know what's gonna happen to Norman, but I kind of feel like whatever situation he's put in, he's going to like kind of outsmart some of the people there, because he's already proven that he's smarter than like even the adults. I don't know what's gonna happen to like all the orphans. What life is gonna be like with them.
Well, that's the next goal, right? The next goal that we got from the end of season 1 was they're gonna come back and rescue the rest of the orphans.
Right. Yeah, you're right. They're gonna infiltrate the other orphanages or the other, what do they call them, like
Farms or
Look,
yeah.
as far as Norman goes, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. This is just my theory. Norman is gonna Itachi the series.
probably.
You're just gonna be like, oh man, he's turned bad, and at the end, he's just gonna be like, I did this for you guys the whole time. And then you're just like, you can't even fucking hate him anymore.
I can see that. I can see that. That's
I
kind
see
of
more of that for Ray. I'm still kind of sus about Ray.
No, that's the thing though. Norman is Itachi, and Ray's gonna be Sasuke, dude. He's gonna be pissed off at Norman like the whole series. Like,
It's gonna have
I
to
can't
be
believe
one,
this motherfucker betrayed us. Blah 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 blah. He betrayed us, and then at the end, Norman's like,
I'll never forgive you.
I saved you, you idiot. I did this to save you.
It's gonna be the 1v1 between Norman and Ray, the rematch.
But it's not gonna be no freaking Chidori and Rasengan. It's just gonna be like slaps.
So, to the next topics. I know the Promise Neverland is something that's great and that we should all watch. So anyone who's watching or listening to this episode, definitely check it out if you haven't yet. But since we talked about Aqua from Konosuba, I thought I'd bring this up too, since most of us have seen it. And Yellowme was the one who introduced me to that anime. I was so iffy about watching the show because it's another isekai, D&D kind of role, RPG kind of anime. Man, boy, was I like proven wrong, from that first fucking episode, and how I met Aqua and how she laughed at his death. I'm like, damn, this is a whole different series. I thought this. I've talked about this on my podcast before, but to finally be able to geek out about this anime with you guys, man, it's one of the goats of animes, man. Konosuba is that good. It's so fucking funny, and it's just out of the norm.
It's not one of the goats, man. It is the goat.
Now, disclaimer again. I haven't finished it. I've made about like a couple episodes, maybe halfway through the first season. But I have seen little. What got me interested in it was like seeing clips of like the humor. This is one clip, where the main character runs into this half snake, half girl, and
I
then
think it's from the movie.
The Chimera, yeah.
yeah, the Chimera. None of y'all appreciate me. She's like, I was a man. I'm like, can you say that again?
That was hilarious.
Oh, I like died laughing. So
What's that sticking in my butt? There is something sticking in your butt. Huh?
Watching it was the best.
it's like I don't know how they get away with this. I don't know if there's other like animes out there like in the maybe mid to early 2000s that were like kind of the same flavor. It was just like full on, has anyone seen Full Metal Panic Fumafu?
Yeah, that's old school.
Yeah, it's really old school, but it's in the same way where it's just like it's kind of like a parody spinoff of Full Metal Panic, but it's just like super like overly hilarious to the point where it works, And I think Konosuba does that really well with like the JRPG kind of like genre.
There's no more male orcs.
Yeah. Even with the political drama today, I think they add a lot of social jokes that work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Kazuma's equal justice to everyone. he's not afraid to drop kick a woman.
I'm an equal opportunist.
It's like the budget for that anime, man. Like just like what Lee was doing with his hand motions, man. Like how he learned the steel technique, man. Just that scene too, and just like how clever he is. Like because he thinks like how we would think in a real life fiction. Like if we saw a fiction story and we were like, oh man, we should have done this. Kazuma is exactly that. He inputs his earthly ideas into this world that he's reincarnated in. Even in like the manga, some of the manga panels that I've read that's not even in the anime, there's a part where he separates to a different team, and he like uses like create earth, and he makes dirt and he throws it in the eyes of the animal, and like the new team, he's just like, oh my god, you're so good. He's just using very basic techniques, and I love how Kazuma is pretty much like the heart of the show. Like I mean, Aqua's hilarious, Darkness and Megumin is hilarious, but Kazuma is what really carries that show. Just his humor, how they write his character, and the fucking voice actor. Man.
Voice acting.
Like the simple like Kazuma line. The way
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm Kazuma.
Yeah, like how wasn't that ad-lib, right? Like how they say his name.
I think so.
Cosmo is basically me and Ricky going into the Isekai world. Like, yo, I just took her underwear.
It's a really good parody. I mean, it's what makes animes like One Punch Man super good.
The whole scene with Succubus.
Yeah,
that was the best.
One Punch Man is good because it's basically just a roast on Dragon Ball.
Basically.
I love all the arguments like, yeah, he like Goku Superman can beat Saitama, and I'm like, do you not understand what the character was written for?
He was written to defeat anything.
His name it's in his name.
I think like a lot of parody characters, right? For anime, people kind of just overlook their abilities because they're hilarious. But when you give parody characters like that kind of willpower, like Deadpool, where he's funny but he can kill everyone, it's a very dangerous thing to do. Like I think was it Xavier or Professor X that said it, like Deadpool's a kid carrying a gun. That's how dangerous these parody characters are. Like Kazuma and like Saitama, these guys are ruthless.
Yo, what's up, Bowser? How you doing, man? I know I'm not muted, but whatever. Yo, what's up, bro? Welcome to the podcast, man.
But yeah, man, like I mean, there's only 2 seasons in a movie for Konosuba, and the movie came out almost a little over almost 2 years ago. But since you guys have seen it, like overall it's great. But were there any moments that you guys really enjoyed that made you guys like, holy shit, it's that funny?
Wait, before that topic happens, I have to tell my chat something. Fuck you, Donovan. Hey, I talk like this to my chat all the time, man. They're just laughing their ass off. This is what happens when you have redeem a shot in your channel points.
Oh, that's what he did. Yeah, for those of you who are watching still, Lemondome, or my cousin Lee, he has like those points where you can redeem, and he has to do like stretching or drink water or sit up straight. And right now he just did a shot.
I mean, it's not bad. It's soju, but my chat knows me too well. Like they just hit me like at the moments where like I least expect it. Like when I'm playing Apex and they know that I drink every time I die, they still redeem shots in between.
It's like you're with Hmong people.
For real, man. But it's all good though.
What were your guys' like favorite moments for Konosuba? Like whether it was something that we've already mentioned or something that you guys just liked that was different.
My favorite part was probably I think it was when Kazuma went to the strip club, the succubus strip club, and then he thought he was dreaming, but he was really taking a bath with
darkness.
With darkness. That was funny as hell. Like she liked it, but at the same time, you know how darkness is. She's probably my favorite character after Kazuma.
Because how perverted she is.
Yeah,
the masochist, bro.
She just wants to be dominated, and she's absolutely useless on the battlefield.
What about you, Yellowing?
She's giving her life, Limo. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that first episode made me just like it because you know how they did the Cosmo just goes to work, doesn't have money to survive for the day, goes to sleep in the barn, and then he wakes up and goes, "Wait, my life's not. I'm doing nothing with my life. It's just doing the same thing over and over. What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, I think that hooked me."
I can relate to that. I can definitely relate to Cosmo, man. Like you just do the same shit over and over, and then you get reincarnated into the same thing.
I think it's funny how he just looks at Aqua and he just like, I don't like this bitch. I don't find her attractive at all.
Very first episode.
What about you? What about you? Any favorite moments for Konosuba?
Dude, it's the moment that got me in when when Kazuma was in bed with Megumin at that when her parents are trying to get them together. That's freaking hilarious.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
The animation for his hands.
That part where her parents are trying to lock him in the room with the Frozen, and then there's also the scene when he beat the high level guy, and then he beat the high level guy, and he talked about gender inequality, and he pulled his fingers.
Oh yeah, when he outsmarted Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
That was like what, the second episode?
I think.
Yeah, I think it's like the beginning of season 1 where he steals the sword.
You can't do that.
He's like, let go of the goddess or whatever, blah blah blah. And he's just like, steal, bam, takes the sword and just bonks him on the head. I'm just like, that's some shit we would do. Like, you ain't tough, buddy.
Like I said, like one of my favorite moments in Konosuba was definitely when they fought the first general, and like how the general had no idea that how powerful Aqua was. He's like, "Isn't this just a village for like people starting their adventures? Like, how are you guys so damn strong?"
I love his spiel. Who's like, who's the person who comes every day to my castle and blows it up?
What was her move called?
Explosion.
No. Aqua's.
Oh, it was like turn undead or something like that.
Yeah, return undead, and he's just like, oh, it hurts. Oh, he's all rolling on the ground. I'm just like, wait, this guy's one of the generals. He's so pussy.
But then you get a flashback of Wiz.
And then freaking Kazuma steals his head. That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, and he taught the villagers to play soccer.
You guys remember Wiz's flashback with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tops his head under his dress.
But back to the movie though. Back to Moang's scene though. That scene was awesome too, man. When he just wakes up next to Megumin was just like, "Oh, hi, yo."
This is my popular phase.
When he said good morning, I'm just like, this is so stupid. But I think Kazuma and Megumin's a thing though.
Yeah,
I think they make the most sense, but I'd rather Darkness.
yeah, I would prefer Darkness too, but a lot of the fandom loves Kazuma and Megumin together. And plus, she's the lowly, and people love lowlies anyway. But you brought up a point like about Aqua, like how he didn't find Aqua attractive. I think it's just funny because I think it was in the OVA where he's like, I did try to make something work with you, but you're just too stupid.
Yeah, like when she's sleeping and then he grabs her hair and he's like, no.
And I gotta say though, besides Kazuma, Aqua is probably my second favorite character. Like it took me a while to really understand her writing because I thought she just was the dumb character, but you realize that she's like that because she's a goddess and she's always clutching the team, but then like she gets no recognition for it because she's just as like all her like dim-witted errors override everything that she's done that's good. Like season 2 when she saves the village or that town that worships her from that general, but then she's the reason why they were there anyway, or like why the general was there anyway, because she kept cleaning up the water.
Yeah. And it's just funny that Kazuma's just like, she doesn't even notice that she's max level already. She's so stupid.
Her card.
You see that, Kazuma? I'm so strong. And he's just like, you're max level, you idiot.
Can't go anymore.
You can't. He's just like, you can't gain any more experience. Yeah, that shit was funny as hell. But she brings a lot of comedic relief to the show too. That's what's good about her. She's the stupid character, but she's hella funny. Like the funniest scene with her is when she was just trying to break Kazuma out of prison.
Yeah.
I'm like, this bitch is dumb as fuck.
She doesn't know the song there.
Kazuma, take this, and he's just like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Or like when she goes around and asks the guard, like, "Can I go in there and see him?" They're like, no.
And she's just like, come on.
I love all the scenes where they pause for her when she's having the mental breakdowns.
Oh yeah. Like the rock paper scissors scene.
she even blessed herself with luck and still lost. Oh man, good show, man. It's the best anime, dude.
Yeah, and any watchers or listeners, man, you definitely check out Konosuba. Its first 2 seasons are only like 12 episodes. You can get the Blu-ray now for season 1, and then season 2 will be dropping in February, which I already pre-ordered, which I'm so happy to get. I hope they drop the Blu-ray from the movie soon too. And then I think they're already in works for season 3, but that was already like a long time ago when they since the movie dropped.
And even if you don't want to watch the series, just watch the movie. The movie is freaking amazing.
It's hilarious. But then if you like Konosuba and you also watch Ray Zero, you have to watch Isekai Quartets.
Yes.
Because it shows how funny, how much more funny Kazuma and Aqua are when you watch Isekai Quartets when they interact with other characters. It's absolutely hilarious.
Because even Kazuma thinks Subaru is an idiot.
Kazuma thinks that Subaru has it easy living in a mansion with a bunch of maids and the girl that he loves, and he pretty much just he pretty much thinks
yeah, he looks back at his team and is like, what the fuck?
They're all idiots.
Yeah.
But the Konosuba show carries Isekai Quartets, man. Like,
yeah,
I like Overlord and stuff like that too. But like the Konosuba team carried that show.
Dude, their interaction with everyone else makes it the best.
And
Yeah,
the only
Kazuma's just so dead faced in that anime though.
And then Aqua trying to kill
Momonga?
Ions.
yeah, that's the only scene I've seen. Is
Or
when
like
she
the-
tries to kill him.
And another funny scene is when Ainz he pauses time, but it doesn't work against Aqua. It doesn't work against Tanya, and it also doesn't work against Subaru. That was freaking hilarious.
And then she grabs Subaru. Oh no, so she grabs Kazuma's set of the answers. Fucking dumbass. But you mentioned Ray Zero, man. Like on this isekai themed topic. Yellowman, you watched Ray Zero. Michael, have you watched it?
I have not seen Ray Zero yet.
Dude.
And I know Lee, you watched season 1. You haven't watched any season 2 yet, have you?
No, because
We can't talk about it then.
Can't talk about that. Yeah, because Lee doesn't.
About it then. This latest episode is a huge fucking spoiler. I didn't like the latest episode, Ricky.
hey, we can make this like a monthly thing, dude. So just fucking wait, all right?
No, but like, because it does show like the big difference between like something comedic, like Konosuba being reincarnated into a world where it's where you can think the way how you want in real life, but versus like freaking Ray Zero, Subaru is just Groundhog's Day over and over again, and the dude is like having mental breakdowns.
Fuck Subaru, man. He's the worst protagonist ever.
He's basically Kazuma, but put in a serious world.
No, I think Kazuma would handle that world a lot better than Subaru.
Oh yeah.
Kazuma's
Yeah.
Kazuma's IQ is way higher than Subaru's. Subaru's just an idiot.
Imagine
He's-
Kazuma with that ability.
Like Subaru is just chasing with his dick.
Pretty much.
Like Kazuma actually has a brain. Like
Yeah,
Kazuma would have realized like, yo,
That Rem was
Rem's got my back. She's down for me. She's hella cute too. Fuck it, I'm going for Rem. You know what I'm saying? Where Subaru is just like, he doesn't see anything that Rem's doing for him. She's basically like, look, I can make your world better, and you don't have to die and reincarnate over and over. If me and you just leave right now somewhere where nobody can find us, and you don't even have to love me. Just let me love you. And this motherfucker is just like, no.
Someone else.
He's like, I love him.
And that was one of the worst parts with the
Kazuma would have left. Kazuma would have left.
Kazuma's like, say no more.
That's true. The Rem build up, her character development is pretty huge. There's a reason why she's kind of an icon right now.
But I just hate because I'm late when I watch Ray Zero. I was really late, and then when I got to that scene where where Subaru was just like, I love Amelia in front of Rem, I messaged Moang so quick. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Before I said anything, I sent him all the memes with when Hitler was that meme with Hitler complaining and he's screaming and yelling. It was him complaining about Subaru picking Amelia over Rem.
I was so mad when that happened. I'm like, really? Like she just poured out her heart to Subaru.
Well, that
He
was
just
one of the
thought
best.
about it. Was like, I'm in love with Amelia. Like,
It was literally one of the best episodes too. They added like an extra 3 minutes onto that episode because they wanted to give more time to for Rem's entire speech.
I'll be back, guys.
yeah, but I mean, I like the anime, but man, like Lee said, man, I'm not a big Subaru fan either. Right? He's got some cool moments, but he's a terrible protagonist.
We're not. It's not. You're not a super fan. You're not an Amelia fan.
That's true. That's true. So let's see. Me and Lee, we talked about Demon Slayer. We've all watched Demon Slayer. I can agree to that. We can agree to that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
watched it. I saw the movie and I had to read the manga, so I caught up on the manga.
Yes. All right. So Michael, what was your thoughts on Demon Slayer?
I liked it. My pause isn't in any dismay. It's just me putting my thoughts together because I literally just watched it. Like I watched the movie today, which I didn't get to watch the very, very, very end. I saw the final battle and the outcome of that battle. I think it does a really good job at uh storytelling. I really love the um Tanjiro's ability to like I love his empathy. Because one thing is I love about any kind of show, anime or live action is when it adds depth, especially to some of the antagonists, you know. I love it when they flesh out and they give them a lot of like backstory and a lot of like whenever he kills certain demons, you know, he usually cries for them or he has empathy for them in the end because he can feel their pain and everything. I love that aspect of it.
Are we on
Rich-
Demon Slayer?
yeah, we're Demon Slayer. I do think, and one thing I will kind of not exactly criticize it for, but I will just point out is that it pulls a lot of anime-esque tropes in the regard where just like, you know, you have zero knowledge of certain things, of certain past stories of that led him to, you know, be where he is, but then, you know, all of a sudden and in the middle of swinging his katana, he's like, he has a flashback, and through that flashback gives him like, you know, unlocks a new ability for him. I think that's kind of like one of the, it's a pretty big anime trope, I feel, but they do it pretty well. The animation itself is absolutely stunning. I love the I guess it's kind of like the really heavy outline, and it's more comical anime, and in the regard where it's just like it's really I'm stumbling over my words here, but I love the animation, and I absolutely love the humor. I love the
Inosuke.
Inosuke and Zenitsu are my favorite. They Zenitsu, like I legit cracked up at some of the scenes, like when they're being rehabilitated, and Tanjiro's first, and then Zenitsu, they go in and, you know, they're like they see or I guess, yeah, so Zenitsu sees Tanjiro, you know, come back looking like all like dragging and defeated and all that, and he's like, I'm kind of scared what's happening, and he finds out what it's all about, and he pulls him aside and he's like, you guys have been groping and like moaning and like looking at all this, but you're being surrounded by girls, like what the actual, like you should be honored. And I'm just like, oh, I cracked up so hard right there. And then
That voice actor though, man.
yeah, and the fact, I love that they go into the backstories too, like how, like you see the opening scene and you see Zenitsu, like, you know, looking badass, and you see him in the show, like he's just this little like pansy ass boy. He's like, no, I'm gonna die, like no, if you go there I'm gonna die, like no, and then like you finally see him his form come out, and I think my favorite scene is when Zenitsu you know, kills one of the spider demons. He just like does this really like swift slash, jumps to the house and everything. Like that's fucking badass. Like that's, to me, that's one of the most badass things. And Inosuke, he's constantly like, he has this complex where he's like, I can do that too. Like you can do that. I can do that. I those are the things I love the most about it. I actually think I like them better than Tanjiro, just for what they bring to the show. Those characters. We're talking about the movie too.
That's going to be separate talk, but yeah, just
All right.
yeah. Yell me, what are your thoughts on Demon Slayer? Because I kind of egged you on to watch it too, so I'm kind of glad that you caught up.
I love it. It's like it's a slow start, and like for people who aren't used to watching like slower starts animes, it's hard to get into it. But I think it's really worth it. And after reading it, I think I'm excited to see where it goes.
Mhm,
I don't know, like the story that they have laid out is actually really interesting. And I don't know, like for Zenitsu, it was like what his backstory is my favorite. Like this,
Mhm.
I still remember like what he said when he was when he was like dying, pretty much, because it's not like because what who he is when he's asleep is what he wants to be, and I think that I like that trope about him. So I don't know, it's like it's really cool. And then you have Inosuke, who's like the complete opposite, is like the guy who no path, and you still feel for him. Like I don't know, like the thing I remember the most for him is when he got his new sword and he started breaking them with stones.
Yes, yes. You see it coming, but at the same time, you laugh when it happens. It's like he's looking at rocks, which is a good one.
The swordsmith was so pissed off. He made these brand new indigo swords for he just fucking breaks it.
And it makes me like just love the series.
I wish you guys well, I don't know about you, Yelmy, but Michael, if you get the chance, read the manga, dude. Because me and Lee, we were like racing each other to finish the manga first, and my God, dude, like it's
Hey.
you are gonna be excited when you read the manga, like where it goes, how it ends. It's phenomenal.
Or when the anime catches up.
Yes.
Hey, after
It'll be even
we finished the first season, I theorized the whole freaking where it was gonna go, and then Ricky was just like, "Fuck you." Everything that you said happened or was going to happen happened in the manga. I was like, "I told you, bro. I told you." Like I told Ricky, do not get attached to anybody in here except for the main characters.
Yeah. That and I guess we can get into the movie topic here too, because like when we first read the manga, like I was so excited because I started reading the manga after episode 19, that amazing episode that I will always brag about when Tanjiro uses the breath of the sun. And just watching the movie, I was like rooting for Rengoku, because I thought he was going to be the one that was going to be the mentor for Tanjiro. Man, was I fucking wrong.
I told you.
Because like the way how Gotoge wrote the story was just like she gives you ways to fall in love with these characters, and like My Hero, a lot of these characters have potential to be the main protagonist, and in the movie they did the manga justice, man. Like they just showed you how great he was physically and mentally as a Hashira, and just like I don't know, man. Like Rengoku was my favorite up until up until what happened. But I guess we can start off with you, Lee. What did you think of the movie? Like when you watched it, I know we watched the goofy subtitles, but overall, like after viewing it with good subtitles, what did you think of the movie?
The movie was so good, right, that I watched the shitty fucking subtitle one all the way through and didn't care because it's Demon Slayer. Even though it was bootleg, it was still good for bootleg. Subtitles were shit, but it made me laugh. And then, like, mind you, I was already up for like 24 hours when I saw the movie. Right when I was about to go to sleep, Ricky messages me, "Yo, I got a better one. This one subtitle's good." I'm like, oh. I wake back up and I rewatch it, and then like with the correct subtitles, it hits you even more. And I'm just like, man, Ufotable's doing something right. They're actually like sticking straight with the manga. They're not missing anything. You know what I mean? Mr. Purgatory. But yo, Demon Slayer is on a different level, man. Like,
Yeah.
like I understand, like like Naruto and stuff, like things like animes that make you like feel emotions in certain ways. None of them hit like Demon Slayer, because like you go back to like Itachi and like Sasuke's story. Okay, it's pretty sad when Itachi reveals what he's actually doing, and like Sasuke is just like, what the fuck? Or like when Naruto first meets his mother, those are like touchy emotional feelings. But episode 19, good lord. Like episode 19 was so good that when it ended, in my heart I was like, that's the end of the season. It's the end of the season. Why would they end on such an odd number? But like that's the first anime scene ever in my life to just get my adrenaline pumping. Like I was like shaking because it was so good. Like when he's like, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. This is it. I'm about to die. And then boom, the flashbacks, like you were saying, Michael, the flashbacks. And then boom, he just pops out the fucking fire and the music that just like fades in with him. It just my heart was gonna jump out my fucking throat. That's how good like that's how good it was, man. Like I was in tears. Like it was just so good, man.
What I like about it is like, because at this whole, it leaves you up until that point, it starts leaving you this whole, question of, who is his father,
Oh
They
yeah.
don't really tell you much about his father the whole, but for me, I was starting to question, like, so who's his father? He has his, his mother and, his brothers and sisters, but, no father. Then it finally introduces his father and then honestly, like, that whole flashback was actually really, really good. And then, he just pulls out, the flame out of his sword and just,
Kagura. Man, that's the thing about Demon Slayer though. Like it's a slow start, but like the build up in the anime, you never get the dead point. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this. It's constant. Even throughout like Ricky and I reading the manga, it's like this the whole time.
The whole manga.
The whole time.
I will be honest, I got a little discouraged when after he finishes the final selection, he's like, okay, now you're starting to go on these missions. I thought I was going to kind of be like, okay, well, now we're going to go through a lot of fillers. And like, the first one is kind of like filler-esque, his first mission. Then I thought, man, I think you're just going to draw this out. And then the second mission, he runs into, what's his name? The big bad guy. Yeah. He runs into him. I'm like,
What era is this?
I did not expect it. Michael Jackson, yeah. I did not expect that. I do wish, however, the pacing on it. Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out about more of them. But I feel like they threw way too many Hashiras at us at once. I was like, okay, who's this? Who's that? What's that face? Okay, that face is that name. That face is that name. And then like, but I really love again in the movie how they expanded on Rengoku, who's such a fucking G. He's a badass.
This just goes back to anime watchers versus manga readers.
So in the manga, do they do a better job at like introducing each of the Hashiras, or do they
don't ask?
No.
It's a spoiler.
It's like this. The animation doesn't miss anything, dude.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, the animation itself has proven me and Ricky wrong.
Yeah.
Like they brought out the manga way better than what the manga was drawn.
Yeah.
Like the manga itself, it looks like me and Ricky drew it.
Yeah, no, it's usually the other way around. It's usually the manga looks better than the anime, but in some cases, like I think this anime and Attack on Titans are like the few that were actually anime is actually much better than the manga.
Michael, you just got to read the manga, dude. Because like the reason why Lee brought that up is because for us manga readers, we finished the story.
Yeah.
We're done with it.
Yeah.
Is it still? Well, I shouldn't ask.
It finished last year.
It's
right?
finished.
Yeah, I finished last year.
Okay.
You can finish it now.
It's worth reading, man. It's worth reading.
It is.
It's pretty addicting. I finished it real quick in like 2-3 days.
No fill. I can tell you, there's no fillers. There's, time skips. It's not too crazy. It's not drawn out like Naruto. Put it that way.
The story is short.
Yeah.
Backstories don't take up a whole 3 episodes. It's just like real quick.
And they're actually good backstory too. They're good and interesting backstories when they do.
Yeah, they give each character, even the demons, like a great you feel for each character. But Yelmy, since you just not that you're reading the manga or you read the manga too, like what was your thoughts overall for Demon Slayer?
I honestly thought it was going to be maybe a little bit longer the way they tied things up, but I get why they tied things up too. So it's like it was a nice twist because it was because at one point it was kind of getting like almost predictable, and then it just started turning things differently, and I was like, where's this trying to go? So I think that's what really kept me going.
I think it was different for me. I predicted the whole thing.
You know what's funny? Because when me and Lee started reading the manga, Lee was so invested into it, right? Like, I was just reading it casually. Eventually, I was gonna get caught up, but Lee was like, "Are you at this part yet? Are you at this part yet? No, I'm gonna tell you this part next." I'm like, "No!" Like, oh my god, I had to really rush and read. And it got to the point like where Lee was reading the freaking Korean dubbed or the Korean translated versions just so he could look at the panels before anyone else did. And we had to wait the next day to read the English ones. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, we had to really I had to really like step up my game because if I didn't get there, Lee was gonna say it. So I had to make sure I was on it too.
Just read the manga while watching the movie. Come on, that's right.
Like you really think I care about what Ricky thinks? His podcast is called Spoiler Force.
Yeah.
I would like message him like panels from like the Korean
Oh my
release,
gosh.
and he'd just be like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
I had to mute Lee at one point. I was like, I don't believe you. I would read it myself.
And then once he did that, I posted it on Facebook. So he had no choice but to see it.
I would unfriend you if you did that to me.
Hey, I would have just drove to his house. Look, Ricky.
But back to the movie though, man. Like, Michael, since you just watched it today, it's still pretty fresh in your head.
Really?
I mean, what did you like? What did you think of it? From like just because it picks up right after the season 1.
Yeah,
And so-
it actually, it starts off kind of in the same way that that's episode 26 ends, where they're chasing the train to get on. I love a lot of things about it. First thing I'll bring up is the humor. Two of my favorite things is when Tanjiro has he's like who are you talking to? What are you looking at? When Rengoku's like standing up and like shouting his things out. I thought the same thing too. I thought like, man, so Rengoku's gonna be Tanjiro's next step in training him and using the flame breath. I mean, wait, does Yellowme know what happens?
Yeah, Yellowme read the manga.
Yeah, I read the
Okay,
manga.
all right. So okay, good. He didn't watch the movie, but like, oh my god, it like ate me up so much when when Rengoku died. I love how they ended him though. They gave him the backstory and how he sees his mom and he's asking his mom like, was it enough? Did I do enough? And she she nods and he passes peacefully. God, I was hoping for so much more though. Like when Tanjiro attacked the demon as he ran into the forest, I thought he was gonna cut like all the trees down and like the sun was gonna get the demon. I honestly thought that was gonna happen, but it didn't happen. Man, it was a bit of a roller coaster ride. Like,
Did you cry?
On the verge. I was on the
I
verge.
did. I'll admit that I cried watching the movie.
Like, because Rengoku is just such. Okay, so before I even like started watching or even care for Demon Hunter, like some people were posting clips from the movie that they recorded.
Demon
And
Slayer.
yeah,
Demon Hunter. You say Demon Hunter?
did I say Demon Hunter? Mind you, I started watching it a week ago, and so fuck you, Lee.
We'll forgive you.
I won't. Set your heart ablaze, Michael. What's wrong with you?
Anyways, so one of the things I did love though is when, as you guys can probably tell, one of my favorite characters is Zenitsu. When he's in his dream, he's with Nezuko. I cracked it so hard on that. uh, but I another thing I really love is the aspect that they threw in where Tanjiro finds the willpower to kill himself every time he goes into a dream to wake up. It's just that layer, and then obviously the demon doesn't anticipate it. But brilliant movie. Animation 10 out of 10. Actually 11 out of 10. I can't wait to see. I'm definitely gonna watch it again when it releases, and and much
It's supposed to
better
be next month when it goes into theaters.
It,
The end of next month.
it better be next month. They better not push it back.
Yeah, they said late February.
Yeah.
But no, all in all, man, thank you for recommending that anime. Honestly, I would never watched it if you didn't recommend it. So thank you for recommending that.
Yeah, I want to just piggyback what you said about the movie, man. Like it's, as we said before, like it did the manga justice, and it was so different because when you read the manga, it's the feelings are a little bit different, but when you watch it and hear like these voice actors portray these characters, and then you see how much more effort the studios make it look versus the manga. Like the manga is very derpy compared to the anime, and it's very panel by panel is just like big moments versus the anime. Man, you see like when Akaza first appears and he does his freaking stance. I jumped out of my seat literally watching that part, and when you hear the music play, that rock style fight music, and he just charges at Rengoku, and my little inside joke with Lee, I'm always, when I'm watching his Twitch, I'm always typing in the Kyojiro because I loved how Akaza screams his name, like Kyojiro. He's always screaming his name, and I absolutely loved it, man. Like just that last 30 minutes of them fighting was what made that movie so good. Like the train stuff, yeah, the dream stuff was good. Seeing Tanjiro like having to come to terms with leaving his family and all that.
Yes, that was good too.
One thing though, the movie did zip through the dream state.
Yeah.
From the manga, but I understand why.
The manga states a lot more.
Yeah. Like Zenitsu's world and Inosuke's world in the manga, it actually takes up like 3 chapters when they go back and forth.
I can see them doing that, yeah.
But because it's a movie, they interpreted it from the manga. They did it really well. Just the fact that like when you step into Inosuke's head, you're done for.
The fact that they're like all different animals, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Or like when you jump into Zenitsu's world, he's so isolated. He's just like, what are you doing here? Only Nezuko's allowed here.
Yeah. But the one thing I love is, but it was also in the movie, it served as kind of like an Easter egg, or like a foreshadowing. Was the demon they were fighting was the train, like in Inosuke's dream.
Oh yeah.
They're like, let's get this demon, and it's the train, and it's just like, oh, silly Inosuke, but it turns out, holy shit, it's the fucking train.
Yeah. Inosuke was definitely, he was definitely the MVP of the movie, man. Like he did everything from support to comedic relief, from his fight scenes and helping Tanjiro. He helped carry that movie. Besides Rengoku, I think Lee mentioned it to me. Like Inosuke is the one who really shined out in that movie.
That's very true, very true. And then like again, Inosuke's humor. After Tanjiro makes the call, like, hey, you attack first, and I'll you take care of the flesh, I'll take care of the neck. And Inosuke's like, I'll make sure I commend you at the end of this fight. It's like, good job, good call. The fact that he's always battling with his own like masculinity, it's hilarious.
But like he's only like that because everyone knows Inosuke freaking he adores Tanjiro. Like he loves Tanjiro. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, man, you guys really need to finish the manga because oh my god, that shit had me in tears at the end, man.
I can kind of tell that.
Yeah, so I can tell you this, Michael. In the manga, when they get to Inosuke's story, you're gonna feel the feels. Like Inosuke's backstory, like I was like reading it, I was like tearing up reading it. I was like, oh my god, they did him so good, and like you can see why he acts like that, even though he's animalistic, like why he's always praising himself and why he's always trying to be better than everyone. It all comes full circle.
Yeah,
I think it's two parts. There's two parts where they do the story part.
my boy.
What was that?
There's two parts where they do because then there's one where they explain how everything started and they explain how he became who he did.
Is that Inosuke? Holy shit! Oh, that's
Yeah.
so tight.
These are some plushies. But Mom, what are your thoughts of the movie? Since you were kind of on mute most of the time.
Come on, Boko, come
I liked it. I cried at the end for sure. I mean,
Mo, you know how to cry, dude?
dude, just show me Naruto episode 1, the OG one. I'll cry like a bitch.
Okay.
I even showed my mom. My mom, she didn't feel it because I guess they don't really understand anime. But dude, because Naruto is like the perfect monk story. It's no parents, just
A perfect monk story would be freaking Subaru. Ninja.
with
Why are you
the-
chasing after the girl that doesn't love you? Just
Well,
get this one. She loves you.
evil stepmom.
You stupid ass.
Yeah, no, movie was really good. I think my only issue with the movie was it didn't really need to be a movie because then the amount of content in that entire story, I felt like because it's a long movie, it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes, right?
What did
It's
you
like
say?
It's about 2 hours. But
It's like 2:15.
Yeah. So the that's why for me it's weird because the amount of content that was in there didn't really I didn't think it really needed a movie. I think like the next arc would have been a better movie because there's so much more going on, and
That's the thing,
it's kind of a throwaway arc anyways too. But
I don't know. I
don't know.
I have to disagree with you about
The,
that.
the reason why this wasn't an arc is because it wasn't enough content to be an
yeah,
arc.
that's why I thought it should have been they should have it should have been part of a season because I didn't think it should have been a movie because the amount of stuff that happens in the progression of the story doesn't really merit it, and which is why it's hard with movies in general, because movies were typically never meant to progress the story. They've always been like
OVAs.
OVA, like Naruto, right? All the Naruto movies. So I think it's just weird. Like it's not bad. I think it was really good. It's just I'm in the middle with movies being part of the story.
Naruto movies were ass, dude.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the first
except
one.
for like Boruto and whatever, but
The first
everything
part,
else was ass.
the first and second Naruto movie, just the first Naruto movie was good, and the first Boruto movie, I think everything else was kind of lame because you already knew that it wasn't part of the story. And I think the Boruto movie was pretty good. I think those are the only two movies worth watching.
Yeah, the last and the Boruto movie was probably good, but as far as Demon Slayer goes, you look at it from you have to look at the situation, right? Demon Slayer hyped up everything, the people that watched it, and then we all fell into a pandemic. What's the best way to push this? You're not going to come out with an arc just for Rengoku. It's not long enough to be a 26 episode season.
Yeah,
but it's not short enough to be a movie. But you got to push as a company what's going to bring in revenue for you. And because it's so hyped up and like they pushed it since 2019, for the movie to come out in 2020. The best thing for them to make money was to make it into a movie. And I don't think that they failed at all. They accomplished what they did. Like
they didn't fail. I think it's just how am I gonna say this?
Maybe this will resonate with you, Moang, because I kind of see things a little bit on both sides. On one side, I honestly, okay, if there was no movie, if we just erased the movie from existence at this current point, the way Demon Slayer ended was really kind of like what the fuck. There was no, they just got out of rehabilitation. There was no real event that happened after, rehabilitation. And it's just kind of like, well, what? It's kind of a, again, erase the movie. It's kind of a dull ending, It's just kind of like, oh, we're going on the next adventure. There's no real big like cliffhanger or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing like
but so there's that aspect. So one could argue that, well, maybe they should have just threw this at the end of season 1. Number one, it'd be too long, and number two, I think it would be a really big injustice to the movie, because when you do a movie, you have a much bigger budget, you have a much bigger time frame, and the animation in the movie was freaking-tacular. Like the way they animated the train, demonizing all the little tentacles and arms coming out of the train, and especially with Rengoku, because all the fire and flame effects were like on point and everything, and the way they animated everything. So I think giving that aspect of the movie, that kind of budget and that kind of like time frame to animate everything, like frame per frame, was brilliant. So I'm 100% on board with them on that. But I do see some of the parts where it's just like, well, you could have easily just threw this at the end of season 1. And
it would have been a good first half of the second season, because I think it throws out the flow. Because for example, when you watch season 1 and then you realize you have to watch a movie, right?
Mhm.
I think that's what kind of throws the flow off, because a big one is also when it comes to the making of the anime, right? Because they spent just as much time as they did on the movie that they did also on the first season. But the thing is, the amount of story content that we get when they make a movie, it takes a lot. With that rate, it's going to take a lot longer for the anime to come out, or just for the entire story to come out. So just from like a progression standpoint, I think. I think in the long run, it's fine. I think it's much better because the quality is much better. But I mean, just watching first season of Demon Slayer is already really good. It's just weird. I think it's just weird. It's not bad. It's just weird with the movie, because when you look it down the road, because the thing is, we don't know how they're going to do the next movies. Right? Are they going to do a movie under a second movie right after this one, or are they going to do season 2? Because they could just do another movie, or they could do, or we're going to get season 2, right? And then we could get a season. We could get a second movie that would be the next one. And it's just, in my opinion, I think it's a really weird flow, because imagine binging it, right? When the entire season is finished, you have to watch the season, then you have to watch the movie, which may or may not be in Crunchyroll. Then you have to watch season 2. Then is it going to be another movie? And then, for example, what if they never do a movie, right? I think the best time to do another movie would be like when they, well, too many spoilers, but
Towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end. I think that'll be a great time to do it towards the end.
The one thing that's spoil anything unless you say some details, in which I would probably like just get off the call and go to sleep and be mad. But no, I think having movies at the end to really commemorate, like, number one, how far the anime has gone, and how celebrate the success of it, and just go out with a bang,
Mm-hmm.
Because again, having that bigger budget, having the bigger time frame to work on this project, quantity over quality, or quality over quantity.
Well, that's how it's been for the past, especially when we talk, Ricky, with My Hero Academia. You look at the new shonen nowadays compared to the old shonen. Dude, the old shonen was pumping out episodes every week and milking it as long as it could. And it was like, what, 10-minute recap, 10-minute story, and 4-minute opening ending. So we would like, the story progression is horrible, but you look at like My Hero Academia, you look at Demon Slayer, they're concise stories straight from the manga without barely any filler, and all the animations are well done, right? Because if you go back and watch Naruto, like a Shippuden during the filler arc, it's basically a slideshow.
Yeah, that's where you're kind of contradicting yourself when you're talking about the flow of things, though. Because even though the season was great, the movie was great.
Mm-hmm.
They never strayed away from the story. I understand, like, it's a different take on things from going from a season to a movie, but it doesn't ruin the flow. They stick with the story. Now, what I'm thinking is, what you're used to is like, okay, you were expecting something more like,
it just didn't need to be a movie, in my opinion.
Like, to you, you're looking for something that's more climactic to ending a season and then going on to the next one. Like, if they were going to continue with the season, they would have ended first season meeting Rengoku on the train, and then continuing the second season with them on the train and moving forward. But like I said, everything happens for a reason because of the pandemic. Everything was done. Everything was done already. You can't just say that it took the same amount of time for them to do the whole first season and the movie within the same time frame. The thing is, the season, as the episodes are coming out, they're already working on the movie. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, it's not a movie then. Because when you look, because the thing is, when people watch, you also have to look at it from a movie standpoint. I think as a movie by itself, it's really not that good because we don't know the story, right? So you have to look at it from also a theatrical perspective. Because when you watch, there's a reason why a lot of the other, like My Hero Academia, the movies, they aren't necessarily part of the story. They aren't part of the main storyline. They're a story in and of itself, and the reason why it's done that way is because you can watch most of them without having to watch the main storyline. And the issue with the Infinity Train arc is the movie by itself is not necessarily a movie. It feels more like an OVA.
And I think that argument is kind of flawed. I saw a meme that kind of I resonate with is someone is like, why do we don't need people don't like movies that have to deal with other movies.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like having to do their homework. And then the meme was like, you're the reason why we had to see Batman's parents killed over and over again.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you're those kind of people, and it's like all we need. It's fine for movies to be part of another source material. I think it's just you have to be willing to dive into it because say you watch the movie and you actually really like it, then you'd be like, oh, there's an anime about this. I should go watch the anime and you catch up to it.
Yeah, but the anime that doesn't work because we can see it from Spider-Man. Obviously, with Spider-Man, how many times can Uncle Ben say
great power comes with great responsibility?
Yeah, and then the second Spider-Man, he said it differently. But I'm talking about a movie as a whole. Like because the thing is, when it comes to rating movies, it's much different than when it comes to seasons, right? Because you can only do so much in a movie than you can in a season, and it goes back to the thing where I said about with movies and with Never Promised Land, right? I think it would have been Promise Neverland would have been instead of a live action, it would have been better if it was a Netflix series, a season, right? Like what they do with all their other season shows.
No, they shouldn't even make live action.
Well, when it comes to if they did make a live action, a Netflix season would have been better than a live action adaptation.
I don't know, man. I've seen there's this webtoon that came out that's on Netflix right now, and it's freaking garbage. I forgot what it's called. It's a Japanese one.
Oh,
I Got a Tower.
Sweet Home.
Tower God.
Are you talking about Sweet Home?
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet Home.
The three friends. They're like the three friends, and all of a sudden, everybody just freaking disappears.
Oh, that's something Cinderella or something like that, I think.
Oh, the Alice in Borderland.
Oh, Alice in Borderland.
Oh yeah.
I watched the first 10 minutes. I'm like, this is.
Don't they have a live action of that too?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Netflix adaptation is garbage.
Yeah.
Because Anastasia, my daughter, she read the webtoon and she's like, oh, it's freaking great. And then she watched the first episode. She's like, this shit is garbage.
Is that verbatim?
Look at Itaewon Class.
What about it?
It wasn't that a webtoon before it became.
Don't get me started on Itaewon Class, man.
That's
another 2 hours right there. At least started with Itaewon Class.
Look, with me and Moang, I'm just gonna agree to disagree with this fool.
No, that's just my opinion. I just don't see why it had to be a movie.
So the movie, it didn't excite you at all. You didn't like it?
It excited me. I loved it. I loved the movie, but I don't see it as a movie. It feels more like an extended OVA, in my opinion.
Kind of like Goblin Slayer, how their movie was.
Yeah, similar to Goblin Slayer, except Goblin Slayer was garbage.
Yeah, the movie honestly, the movie disappointed me. I love the anime itself, though.
Yeah, they didn't do anything new with the movie. That's why it was just kind of boring.
Yeah, I feel like they were just
Goblin Slayer.
It was more like fan service.
Yeah, they retreaded everything basically with new characters, but they weren't really relevant.
No, back to the Demon Slayer topic. I can see why Moang didn't like the fact that the Rengoku arc or the train arc was a movie, but I guess just from reading the manga, the following arc was just so damn long.
Mm-hmm.
that arc already has. I think that's enough detail or information of the story to even just make that its own arc. Because I don't think you can. Spoiler here, Michael. The red light district arc. That's what it's called next.
Mhm.
The red light district arc is. I don't think that's long. I think that's too long to do it in half a season. Like you would have to really push, the pace of that story to really get to where you want to get at when it comes to the big parts of that story. Because like I'm rereading it right now too, and I'm just like, damn, I'm kind of glad they didn't make this into a movie, or that they didn't start this off like at a second half of the season. Because the way how that arc ends, it's already. I think that's a pretty good good way to end season 2, with how they did with who they fight at the end of that arc.
Well, and the next arc, isn't there a lot of story details that are pretty much get thrown into it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of more
Yeah.
backstory and stuff like that.
And that doesn't go
I
well
think-
in movies.
Nothing
Yeah,
crazy really happens in the next arc, though. It's just.
no,
not-
it's just they just expand more on different characters, but like just the fight process and all. I think they're gonna really concentrate on that more versus the story in the next season, because like with who they're fighting and who's fighting who, I don't think that the Infinity Train was enough to cover half a season with that.
Mhm.
Like I think it was just enough to where they tease Akaza and show you Rengoku's powers, and that's what really was that arc. The Infinity Train arc, no one really gave a shit about the train. It was more about Rengoku fighting Akaza.
But yeah, I think Ufotables, they're just going straight into anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're
As
the
long-
goats right now.
As long as they just stick with the story, like it doesn't matter if it's a movie or if it's the season.
They've got the budget for it, man. Like this company is.
Well, after the first Demon Slayer, I'm surprised they had budget after how many Fate animes they made. That I guess it does have a fan base, but I just cannot wrap my head around the Fate series.
I think what they're doing with Demon Slayer is the right move right now. Like right now, like even people hate to say that it's overrated, but people hate saying that it's overrated. It's an overrated anime, but when you look at the breakdown of the story, it's actually something that is refreshing compared to other shonens, and I'm kind of glad like this anime is making it big, because we don't get like these kind of. I mean, aside from like maybe My Hero and like Attack on Titan, like with realistic life lessons, I think the whole family aspect really connected a lot of viewers to Demon Slayer, and just seeing like it's very basic, like what Lee was saying, don't stand the other characters, just stand the main ones, from Tanjiro, Netsuko, Inosuke, and Zenitsu. The connection of just those 4 characters was enough to carry that entire manga. You didn't need like team class 1A or the Naruto Shippuden team. You don't need to know every character, and that's why like when there are people who are written off like Rengoku, it hurts, but it doesn't. At least it's not like the main. You know what I'm saying? Like none of us wanted Rengoku to die, but I think his death is another catalyst for Tanjiro and the other characters to keep pushing. But yes, that's Demon Slayer is definitely a great anime. And for those of you who are still watching and tuning in with this almost 3 hours, and this is probably the longest I think this is the longest podcast I've done.
Because 5 guys and a lot of topics. We could go on.
A lot of opinions.
Yeah.
And we're only halfway done.
Like because I guess another group, I had California Conventions blog on my podcast, and again it was like 5 of us like this too, but we only touched up like maybe 2.5 hours. But then with this just going from the start to end, this is by far the longest podcast I've done, and I'm glad I got to do this with my cousins. Talking Genshin to anime to Konosuba, Demon Slayer, whatever. I mean, if you guys are still up for it, we could probably still talk about a few more topics, but if not, it's absolutely fine.
I'm down to keep going. I'm just like, the way I see it is like, firstly, honored to be on here. Thanks again, Ricky. Secondly, I'm just shooting this shit with my cousins right now. So
Yo, this is just family time, man.
yeah, for real.
The topics are just a plus. It's more so we just get to bullshit with each other.
Yeah, the topics help us keep us in talking within one topic, because then if we just went on a tangent, we can go on forever.
It keeps us in the podcast stream phase, but everything else is just gibberish.
I think
So,
someone
yeah,
said in the initial like messages, like inviting us to the podcast is like we're just gonna be bullshitting the whole time. I think it might have been Lemondome.
Why has it got to be me, dude? I'm serious.
You know, he
Yeah,
said,
you want to Michael Bud the
It's always me. Always me. It was yelling me, dude. What are you talking about?
right? Because Yellow didn't say nothing. It's okay. No, but I'm glad you guys are able to do this, man. Like it's awesome to again, not just because we're family, but to hear your guys' opinions. That's why I asked you guys first. I know we have a lot of other cousins that wanted to join in, but specifically this topic, I selected you guys, and I like hearing your guys' opinions and like what Moang said about the movie, man. Like I like having that disagreement. We all disagree with, or we all agree with each other. We all be fucking cheap. I'm glad that there's disagreements and we can talk these
Fuck
topics.
Moang.
you say I'm glad we can all disagree with Moang.
But again, I'm happy we can do this, man. And was there any other topics that you guys wanted to bring up that you guys had in mind or stuff like that?
Moang only said that because he doesn't like Rengoku.
I liked Rengoku, but the only thing I didn't like about him is he got barely any time to shine.
He wasn't gonna shine, dude. He fought Akaza, dude.
I know. Feels bad.
Michael, you got to read the manga, man, because when you get to Akaza's story, oh my god.
Hey, it was like watching Rock Lee versus Gaara all over again.
No, that shit was so sad. I could watch. Well, I've rewatched that so many times. It's annoying because it's cut up into like 3 episodes.
Hey, to be honest, Ricky, as soon as right after Rengoku got hurt, and then he was like, "I would never become a demon." Like when things started getting hyped up, if they would have played Homura during that, you would have cried even more.
Okay, since we're on this topic, I when I cried watching the movie, the first part that made me tear up was when Tanjiro had to say goodbye to his family. Like he didn't even look back.
Yeah, that ate me a lot.
That hurt me a little bit when his brother was like, "Oh, Nietzsche, don't leave us." I was like, "Shut up! You don't want. Shut up! Smack this kid. It's just a dream. It's just a dream, Tanjiro. Run."
Yeah, that part hit heartstring for me, and then especially of course Akaza, not Akaza, but Rengoku being hurt by Akaza, and then another good part was when Tanjiro was telling Inosuke like move, Inosuke, move for Rengoku's sake. Like I fucking felt that. Like I wanted to move for Rengoku. When Tanjiro was shining out, and then especially towards the final parts where Rengoku's meeting the end of his life, and you see him just give that amazing speech to Tanjiro, which I'm always quoting that. Set your heart ablaze and live with your chest high and stuff like that. And but the part that really made me cry was I was snobbing was Inosuke's lines. He's like, everything that dies goes back to the earth. We have to keep living no matter how shitty we feel. We have to keep living and keep pushing forward. And then he's comedic too. He does the silly goofy run, goes to time to start banging his head. It's like, yeah.
He tells him to stop crying while Zenitsu's saying that he's crying.
Yeah. So I think that's why Inosuke for me was the MVP, man. He was everything in that movie, from support to emotional, comedic, fighting. He carried that movie alongside with Rengoku. And but yeah, man, I don't know, I teared up reading the manga. I knew that if I teared up reading the manga, I knew I was gonna cry watching the movie. And there's parts in the manga that are, I guess, much more emotional. And I don't think I'll be ready to watch that.
It's gonna get crazy when they get there.
Wait, just stop there. Just stop there.
I didn't say anything. I'm just saying,
I know. I saw I skimmed over some spoilers when I was googling a little bit about Inosuke, and I was just like, nope, I didn't see that. I did not see that. I did not see that. And I'm trying to make myself forget it, and my subconscious is just like, fuck you, you read it. I'm like, no.
The funny part is you can tell anime watchers that you can ask them how many swords do you think Tanjiro's gonna lose.
Yeah, because
He just got that sword.
He got the sword and he fucking threw it.
He pretty much gave it to Akaza.
Yeah.
But yes, Demon Slayer. That's why I absolutely love Demon Slayer. Like if you go back to my episode with Lee when we talked about just reviewing the first season and the like, I guess the manga up to like a certain extent because the manga was still going on. Like me and Lee, we talked about like how again just that family aspect of this show, man. Like besides Naruto, I don't think I've ever felt like this kind of attachment or emotion towards an anime series that was about like family and not just like the typical shonen trope where you had to either be the strongest or save the world kind of thing. Like I think that's why I loved the series so much, and you know, very few anime series makes me like this obsessed with it.
Yeah, I think they do a good job at showing how underpowered the heroes are.
I do like that aspect because you see so many anime where just like the main character's protagonist are just like overpowered and just like okay, well there's no sense of struggles and no sense of like demand for growth, and having that inner struggle I think is a really important aspect to any story in general. So
it's good to see helpless protagonists.
Yes, yeah, because every okay.
Yeah, it's more realistic. But yeah, I mean, I was gonna say something smart to Lee about Subaru, but I know he's super realistic. But besides that,
all right, guys, time to end the stream. See you later. Fuck Subaru.
What about you, Yelmy? Did you have any, I guess, comments about what we've said about Demon Slayer or anything that you want to bring up too?
I don't know, I'm excited just to see how the series is gonna go because like I haven't watched the movie, but since you guys say it's loyal to the source material, then that's a really good sign.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the best thing is when when people who create these like movies and animes and TV series, they stay loyal to the source material. I think that's the most important thing. Because if you don't, then you're just you're betraying the audience.
Did you finish the manga?
Yeah, I finished the manga.
Yeah, but we can't talk about it because
someone without the look hasn't read the manga yet.
I say we just fucking ruin it for him.
No, the spoilers. The spoilers are so good. I had to read the manga because of the spoilers.
Because of Michael, we have to change this podcast.
All right, you know what? Someone drop me some links to manga. I will.
We got to change this podcast to no spoiler force.
Now
I will send you those links, Michael, because I'm currently rereading it again just because after watching the movie. I'll send you, and then I think some of the chapters are colored too. Like with the link I'll send you. I think there's some colored ones.
It's all action, man.
Well, by now they should all be colored. To be honest.
But definitely, if you have time, read it for sure. Because I like I said, man, you won't be disappointed. It's a page turner. The fact that Lemondome didn't even read it until after I read it, and he blazed past me.
Yo, what up, man? How you doing?
So if Lee can stay up all night turning the pages toward Demon Slayer, I'm pretty sure you'll get into it.
No, the best thing to read manga right before you sleep. You never go to sleep. You just read manga.
And the thing too, like,
that's me with YouTube already. So like,
I'm out of YouTube videos to watch, man.
Because like what Lee told me was like Lee said there's no other manga besides Naruto that made him turn the pages like that, and then Demon Slayer did it for him. So I'm pretty sure that if it's something like that, Michael, I think you could definitely.
Dude, Demon Slayer is the only manga that made me like, oh, it's still not out yet. What the fuck? Oh my god.
The thing about Demon Slayer is it's quick. It's very to the point.
Yeah.
There's barely any filler. That's what I love about it. It might be a flaw, but I think it's fine the way it is because there's no resting period. Like literally none.
But the thing is, I like that with like
shonen and
so.
That's why me and Ricky like animes like a Rent a Girlfriend because it's a break from all the action. It's just enjoying life that a girlfriend will never get.
Like the only breaks you're gonna see in Demon Slayer is like whenever the three idiots get together. You know what I'm
That's
saying? But other than that, like they stick to the story, and then that's what makes it good. Like I don't like all that filler shit. Like I
Yeah.
had a hard time even finishing Shippuden because it was just filler city, man.
I couldn't finish. I quit Shippuden and I read the manga.
Like, how are you gonna have like freaking 300 episodes, but like 200 are fucking fillers?
Don't remind me. That was
Fucking
horrible. We had
Yeah.
to wait. We waited a week every week for Naruto Shippuden for a filler for the 200 episodes of fillers.
That's terrible. Like I'll be honest, I didn't get anywhere near finishing Naruto. The last thing I watched was the Chunin exams.
Don't get this guy off this podcast right now.
Bro, Naruto's so good.
But it's
Tuning
just,
exams, dude, that part was lit.
Honestly, though, you could just watch the first Naruto and just skip Shippuden. Naruto's the best one.
Look, you watch
Yeah.
the first Naruto, and then you just go straight to the last and Boruto movie. That's it.
Yeah, basically.
And then just go on YouTube and watch all the fight scenes from.
I'll finish it one day. so.
Actually, Shippuden, no, just watch it until like the grandma dies.
Yeah, and then read the manga after that because the artwork is inconsistent.
Does anyone watch the Danmachi?
Yeah, I'm caught up with that one, dude. I love Danmachi.
Yeah, it's
The,
good.
the anime was pretty disappointing.
Oh, yeah.
Naruto is
season-
overrated now. Yeah.
First season is like almost a 10 out of 10. I love the first season of Danmachi.
First season was really good.
Second season was okay. It wasn't bad, but they could have executed it better. And third season was, I kind of struggled third season.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Well, mind you, anime. I haven't read any of the manga yet.
Ricky, Danmachi is the is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Oh, yeah, you told me to watch that one.
Yeah, this first season is super good.
I just in that anime or manga that series, I just want to know more about
What is Danmachi?
it's
It's the name for how to pick up girls in a dungeon.
Oh,
Or is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon?
okay. I didn't know that, so I watched it already. Okay, because they're on the second season, aren't they?
Third.
They're on season
They,
3
they,
now.
they just like
Is it
finished.
3 already?
Season.
I only watched
Yeah.
the first season.
Yeah,
It was
first
good,
season's the
though.
best one.
Yeah, it's really good.
All I can say is reading the manga that they don't answer much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
didn't know
don't-
that was the name for it. I just watched it off of Hulu, and I was like, wow, this is pretty good anime.
I
Yeah,
learned Danmachi because it's easier to say than is it okay to pick
Yeah,
up
it's not much easier to say.
Second season is very slow.
No, they rush through a lot of the good stuff.
Yeah, I got a guy in the chat telling me second season very slow.
Mhm.
Yelmy, what were you saying a moment ago?
Oh, the manga doesn't really explain too much of the story that you're
Mhm.
hoping to get.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
very- It's a very slow, like, I guess it's more based on what's happening and they slowly reveal past details.
Mhm.
Okay.
With all
It's,
the gods. And
Yeah.
Is it still ongoing or is it
it's
finished?
still ongoing.
It's one of those that releases very slowly, I think.
Is the second and third season on Hulu too?
They're on Crunchyroll from
It's
what
all
I
on
know.
Crunchyroll. Everything's on Crunchyroll.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to Anime Pahi later. It's free there.
It's hard to recommend the third season. I definitely recommend the first season, but if you really enjoy the first season, you'll second season not bad, but you'll be disappointed by the third season.
Third season, it's got some kind of like what the f moments.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but the pacing is really off.
Yeah. There were some moments where season 3 was pretty awesome.
Dude, season 2, dude, that the Amazon district that carried it for me.
Yes.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
That was,
dude.
he almost got raped.
Yeah, and
Dude, Hermes got raped. Oh,
yeah,
my
Hermes.
God, bro. It was kind of it's funny because it's a reverse psychology on women. Like women are just as degenerate as guys. This is freaking
So
hilarious.
you guys are just gonna sit there and spoil it for me.
Yeah,
But I
that's
can't
what they're
spoil
doing.
Demon Slayer to Michael. Fuck you.
That was barely smart.
No respect for your elders.
go watch it, and then we'll
Go
talk
watch
about it.
season 2 is pretty good.
Well, yeah, a lot of people died in Demon Slayer, Michael. Yeah, a lot of people.
I know.
Bro,
Everybody.
a lot of people die in the last like, 2 chapters in the final battle.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Go on the line right there. Demon Slayer, like priority. Danmachi Slayer, Danmachi priority. Like,
Yeah,
Crazy.
how much is that?
You want to know the only survivor in Demon Slayer, dude?
no, I don't.
This guy right here, the only survivor.
How
There
many?
is
How many figures and plush do you have?
I
Of,
have.
Show off
I also
your.
have a little one. Look at this.
That is cool.
But I have, yeah, I have Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Nezuko, Inosuke. I have all the regular size ones, and I have the mini size ones. You've seen.
You know, skate.
Now we're just praying that they come out with a collector's edition for the movie that has everything.
You don't have a single anime figure or poster? Come on, man. Zero merch? You gotta have merch.
Oh my
Ricky's got so much merch, but he can't even go in his room.
I have so much merch I can't even go in my room.
Every time I come in here, I always do this. Little Nezuko.
Get the pat.
Gotta get their pat. And then
My room's mostly computer parts, so I don't have that much
they
figuring.
didn't have Tanjiro at the moment, so but I have 3 of them. This is a new right here.
Zenitsu.
And then let's see. There's always the ultimate waifu of waifus right here.
Yep, Hinata.
Hinata.
And then I have I know Ricky will like this. This is my Hashira coffee mug.
Ooh,
That's pretty awesome.
that's dope.
And then I really like this one over here. My wife got these for me for Christmas. It's a
Damn.
but this one's not glossy. It's matte finished.
Oh, nice. I actually appreciate that.
That looks really nice, actually.
And then I have to go behind here. Yes,
It's Lemondome show and tell now.
Oh damn.
Wow.
Rem is waifu.
Rem is waifu.
Rem is best girl.
Where was that from?
Re:Zero.
Come on, man. I still got a whole bunch.
But especially with Ricky was iffy about Rem at the beginning. But once you watch the anime, you'll know Rem is life.
With the figurines.
You have to watch the anime to realize
She
it.
sells a lot of merch.
Yeah, because Ricky was like, "Why is everyone like Rem? She's overhyped." Blah, blah, blah. And then he watches the anime. He's like, "Wow, Mo, I understand you completely now."
Christmas.
That's tight.
Ooh.
My daughter bought it for me for Christmas. This was last year.
For any viewers or listeners of the episode, if you catch this later when it's on audio, Lee is showing off his collection. So definitely watch the video so you can see what he's showing us.
I got some more shit. Hold on.
Gotta let the listeners know in case they only listen to this on audio.
I
Is it
never
one
get
you-
over. Oh, I never get over when in Re:Zero when you first meet Rem.
What was my thoughts?
Oh, I'll never get over that scene when you first meet Rem and Ram.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like,
Oh,
hugging
that's
each other.
hilarious.
Oh shit.
Izuku.
Oh, I'm so hyped for season 5. It's gonna be so good.
Dude, the freaking movie they announced already, man. Summer 2021. That's so quick.
It goes my wallet though. I have to buy
Here comes Ricky.
another part 1 and part. I
Yeah,
hate
my boy Bakugo, dude.
how
Konosuba.
animes are split into part 1 and part 2 now. So it's like $80 for a whole set.
I'll just say it on the podcast. Bakugo is the best character in My Hero Academia.
Yeah,
At first, I didn't like him, and then once they start exploring his story,
I honestly,
I love them.
Haru
I
no
honestly,
Naka is waifu. Who's Haru no Naka?
I don't
Some
know.
streamer guy. Please tell me who that is.
I don't know who that
Wait,
is.
what?
What?
Haru Sanaka.
Haru no Naka. No Naka.
Haru no Naga. I don't think I
Is
heard
that
of
a
it.
voice actor? I can look it up.
I don't know. We're gonna have to look it up now.
Haru no Naka song. Sing yesterday for me.
Yeah.
I watched that one. It was the biggest bait I enjoyed it, but that ending, the last four
It's this bitch with the crow.
was the bitch with the crow. I really loved that. That anime was about to be my favorite anime of the year. Okay, but until the last 4 episodes when they rushed it, that anime wasted my time.
Yeah, because I was watching it too, right? And Mong was like, "Don't watch it."
Yeah, I can respect that though, man. My man was just like this bitch with the crow.
I love the anime though. I think that's the closest an anime will get to like a K-drama because the music was like so like K-drama, and like the dialogue was really good, and the artwork and animation was super good, and then they rushed the story at the end.
Yeah.
Who watched it?
I haven't seen it.
One of my people in the chat.
Yeah. Basically,
Yo, hey, man, thanks for the follow, dude.
basically, it's a good anime if you guys want to watch it.
I'm just glad you stopped in.
Just the last 4 episodes are just trash, but it's a really good anime. The production quality is like 10 out of 10. Like it's super good. Sing yesterday for me. I mean, you guys are like, it's a good rom-com. It's an adult rom-com because there's not too much crazy humor. It's just very good dialogue and a lot of past feelings that they have for each other, and a lot of new feelings and love and all that drama shit. But it's very good. It's just
all right, man. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm spoiling it for you right now. The ending is just, it's not trash, okay? It's just, it's not, it's rushed. They rushed it. They rushed the shit.
Yeah, we might still be on because it's me and my cousin. So
but I really liked it.
We still got a lot of gibberish to just get out because none of us are tired.
That's why you gotta watch Rent a Girlfriend.
I even made I made a YouTube track because then there's a scene where a romantic scene, but there was no music, so I re-uploaded it with music. When I put a K-drama music, it was perfect.
Man, you are like the ultimate otaku, dude.
Yo, I like all genres.
I watch rom-coms. I watch comedy. I love hentai.
I fucking love hentai, bro. Dude, the best genre of hentai, guys, is NTR. Look it up.
What NTR? No tentacles required?
No. NTR is like the worst shit ever.
Not this.
Okay, I'll Urban Dictionary for you guys.
No. Just
curiosity will not kill
NTR.
Keep it to yourself.
All right. NTR or NTRA. It means sleep in the case. Oh God, I can't read it.
Good. Don't read
a
it.
lover sleeping with someone else, and okay, basically it's cheating. NTR is cheating.
Why didn't you just say that in the first place? You were like struggling to read that.
Okay, they made it fancy on Urban Dictionary. Okay, yeah, Urban Dictionary is like the best dictionary. Come on.
All right, now you have to read it.
I already closed it. It's just cheating. It's basically cheating. Cheating and anime is the best.
Word. like cuckold? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, it's basically cucking.
Oh, you're into that, Moang?
Oh yeah. Oh, only in anime. See, because my friends always ask me. So, if you like NTR so much, do you like being the guy that's being cheated on, or do you like doing the cheating? My answer is I like watching.
Donovan, NTR is the worst. How the fuck do you know? You're in high school.
NTR is the best. I think right now in the anime era, like everybody hates ugly because the two most hated titles in hentai or genres is Ugly Bastard and NTR.
Those are genres?
Yeah, those are genres within the hentai thing. It's a tag. So basically, Ugly Bastard and NTR.
How did we get to this? Fucking Moang.
Hey man, I fucking love anime, hentai, anime. You know, all the genres, rom-com, shonen. I actually, my favorite genre will probably be horror.
There you go.
I actually really love horror anime. It's like the best because it mixes a lot of like the nudity and death.
Horror anime? Sorry.
Yeah, horror, scary horror.
Oh my goodness.
I've also read some fucked up manga. Dude, there's some really good fucked up mangas out there.
Look, Moang.
We
believe you,
has anyone seen Devilman? Netflix?
Devilman Crybaby?
One episode. I can get into
Well,
it.
I love Devilman. That's such a good. It's such a sad anime.
Yeah, Devilman Crybaby on Netflix. It's a roller coaster.
Dude, because the production quality is amazing. Like artistically, the anime it's amazing. It's just that, dude, there's so many fucked up themes in that show.
Yeah, it's just it's called Devilman Crybaby. It's on. It should.
It's on Netflix.
It was actually produced by Netflix.
Mhm.
So
It's super good though. It's really good. It's just
Yeah.
You shouldn't let kids watch it.
yeah, definitely don't let kids watch it.
If you're gonna talk about
Yeah.
that, you know what's underrated is Berserk.
Berserk is not the 3D stuff, but the I really enjoyed the first three, the movie, the newer 3 movie Berserks.
Oh yeah.
But the anime, the newer 3D anime, those are kind of like an iffy.
The old school one's a lot
The
better.
OG, I missed that one. I think that's not my generation. I never got around to that one.
We're supposed to be getting a new chapter soon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
this
announced
guy,
that.
this guy's gonna tell us it's OG. It's not his generation, but he's out here just talking about hentai like it's fucking breakfast.
Hey man, I gotta give it to the OG hentai man. It's so much better.
The clip right there.
They actually had hand drawn animation back then. So much better than digital.
All they have to do is add Kazuma's hands, right?
Why do you think I'm getting into? Why do you think I'm getting into drawing right now? Because I want to draw naked anime chicks. You have to learn anatomy, dude. When you learn anatomy, that's all you draw: naked people.
What does this world come to?
Oh, I wish Berserk got
I almost choked on a fucking graham cracker because of you.
Dude, that final episode, the third movie of Berserk, man, that cuckold scene.
I swear, Limo almost just project out his coke.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I didn't even it didn't even reach my mouth yet. I'm about to drink. Don't say anything.
What were you gonna say, Yellamy? You said something.
I wish Berserk got a good anime series.
Yeah. Oh, if they kept the anime,
It deserves
yeah,
it.
it does. Because then you look, I think, like if they kept it the same way they did with the movies, like the 3 movies, they kept the quality to that level, dude.
Have you
Bro.
watched the Blu-rays?
Yeah, I watched. I watched the Blu-ray. The 3 movies, right?
No, the Blu-rays. Blu-ray of the anime.
The old school one.
No, the newer one. They tried to fix the animation.
Oh,
And they blended it more with 3D and 2D animation.
Mhm.
Which is,
Oh,
it
I've
turned
seen that one. Yeah, that one.
oh.
it's
Dude, they
not
already
bad.
they ruined it for me already.
It just doesn't do Berserk justice.
Mm-hmm. If they kept the quality as good as the movies, then it would have been super good.
The only transition like that worked for me was Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to compare though because Demon Slayer is still more animated. They did have a lot more CG, the 3D, the 3D particles. It's just
They made it work though.
Yeah,
it was still more 3D though because you look at Berserk, dude, that shit was all 3D.
Well, yeah, it's like switching from King of Fighters '95 to freaking 2020.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's freaking horrible.
That's what, but I mean, a good mix would have been. You look at the movies, the Berserk movies. If you guys haven't watched it, Ricky, have you, and Michael, have you, Matthew, have you guys seen it yet?
wrong.
Michael, Matthew,
Oh my
Michael.
Oh my god. My family of all people to do this to me.
Hey, we don't play games together enough, okay? Michael.
Hey, look, when your brother came up here and he was wearing a mask, I couldn't tell.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but
I thought it was you at first.
And then he took off his hat. I'm like, okay, that's Matthew.
The thing is, like, I don't know if any of y'all that will go through this, but none of y'all are the younger sibling of the same gender. No one called Matthew Michael, but I had to go through high school where everyone, teachers, upperclassmen, call me, "Hey Matt." I'm like,
My church members call me too. Once in a while.
I'm
Those are
like,
real
wait,
big.
do they call it to you though?
They mix both of us up. Mong too. We're both the same.
Yeah, it never goes the other way around. I never hear my brother get called my name.
Sometimes I go places and they be like, yo, what's up, Simon? I'm like, what? There's been moments when me and Simon's gone to like the titty bar and shit, and they card me, bro.
Have there been moments when people go, "Are you that guy from Gran Torino?"
Dude, so many people use that shit whenever we go places. Like I can literally walk into a Coliseum and not even pay the cover fee because of that. Like, yo, Gran Torino's here. Like, okay, can I just?
Oh my god!
You know, there's always a really good segue when there's not a lot of Hmong people here in Texas. So when people ask, oh, so what are you? I'm like, well, I'm half Hmong. I'm like, oh, what's that? I'm like, go watch Gran Torino. What's that? It's a movie with Clint Eastwood. My cousin's movie. It's good. You'll like it.
It's just like that TikTok I made, right, Ricky? You see that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is annoying. It is annoying explaining our culture because like Hmong people, I usually go pretty in depth. Like if they ask me, I go like, yeah, we're originally Meow people from China. We got our ass kicked in the Dynasty Wars. we moved down to the mountain areas. We don't have a land.
I just tell people we were on the wrong side.
Are part Lao, so we have a country.
We're the Asians that got our ass kicked everywhere we went.
Compare Hmong people to Genshin Impact. We're just the travelers.
Traveler.
Yeah.
Like one of my new Apex friends, she was like, "So what's Hmong?" I'm just like, people from Gran Torino. Those Asians. She's like, "Oh, okay. So where's your country from?" I'm like, "We don't have a country. We're just wanderers. we're like the nomad Asians of Asia. We just wander around everywhere, and then like some ended up in France, some ended up in South America, some ended up in America." She's like, "That's so fucking cool." I'm like, "Okay,
cool, yeah." Anyways,
like you have a country.
Nice talk. See you later.
It never ceases to amaze me how explaining to each person turns into a cookie cutter thing. You tell them like, "Oh, so what's Hmong? Oh, we're just we're travelers, we're nomads, and we live in the mountains." It's like, "Oh, where's your country?" It's like, "Oh, we don't have a country." It's like, "Oh, so where do you stay?" In the mountains.
Have a country.
You have to explain the entire the Vietnam War. You gotta explain everything.
You gotta be you gotta be straight up asshole. Be like, "What are you? I'm fucking American."
I promise. Before Gran Torino, anytime someone asks me what's Hmong, I'm like, okay, so
for me because they didn't know whether I was Hmong or Hmong. They thought my name was my culture. They're like, "Why is your culture your name?"
I am my culture.
He's his own.
Michael, you can still lean on your Laotian side.
But I don't take favorites. Part of my upbringing was always being the different person. When I'm with the Hmong people, I'm the Laos person. When I'm with the Laos people, I'm the Hmong people. When I'm with everyone else, I'm the Asian guy. So,
but you're never Dillick.
I'm gonna go cry.
Never be a redhead.
Hey man, you got the same headset, dude?
I think so. Cloud Stinger.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We both got mics too, so we actually don't use this trash thing.
Well, these things are actually very underrated, man.
They are.
The mics are pretty clear too.
The only problem that I had with this, my computer was always picking up my output into my input. So when I'm on Discord and I'm, like watching YouTube, listening to music, people will hear that. Like, or if I'm playing, they will hear that through Discord. So I've always had this mic in a really, really ancient USB preamp. So that's how I have this set up. Like this is an actual like studio microphone. Like it uses.
Yeah, it looks nice.
What is that? An MXL?
You use for your music?
Yeah, I could use it for music too. It's got some pretty good adjustability. It's full XLR, so it's got a full a pretty wide range of levels. It's Groove Tubes, which is really old. It's probably something that's not around anymore. But it's a tube mic, so. It's I like it. I'm not gonna go spend $80 to $200 on a new mic when I have this.
If we were to get the other part of the stimulus check, I was gonna go buy a Shure brand mic, like a $500 one.
Oh yes.
Get a computer.
Actually, no, if you have 500 and if you really
all right, how does my mic sound to you, Ricky? Am I pretty clear?
That sounds good.
Just get this mic.
Which mic is that? Oh, that's you have the Quadcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really nice. Those are really nice.
I just want a good microphone, like so I can look like Joe Rogan and have that kind of and be professional.
See this mic? Look at this mic, bro.
Like my Yeti mic. It's
Yetis are Yetis are pretty good though. Yetis are pretty good for the
There
dog.
should be like accessories where you could put it on a
I,
an
I, know,
arm.
but I literally record my kitchen, so I can't afford to get an arm yet.
Well, the
Oh,
Yeti
yeah.
is pretty heavy too, so and
Hey, at least you know you got a weapon to throw at somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. My Yeti mic is pretty good. Like a lot of podcasters are, a lot of them, especially Hmong podcasters, they're starting to pick up on it. Like I don't want to brag, but I think I'm one of the few that like started that because I didn't see any other Hmong podcasters with the Yeti mic until I started using it. Then everyone started using it.
How much does it weigh?
I don't know,
Like 2 pounds?
pounds. I don't know.
It's like 5
A little
pounds.
bit heavier than 2 pounds.
It's pretty heavy.
it's like
A
maybe
little less than
yeah.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's got a big footprint on it. That's
Might be from the base though. That's holding it up.
No, the mic itself is pretty light, but the base that's holding
Yeah.
it.
oh, okay.
Because it has to be heavy.
yeah, because the mic arm I got, it's a. It was only like $35, but it holds up to 4 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is my boom stand right here. It's just like it just like connects to my
Yeah.
like clamps onto the side, and it just comes up to like right here. So I like it.
You could, I mean, that's the thing. You can invest. When it comes to investing in a mic, you can go very deep down the rabbit hole. You can go cheap or go expensive.
She get one yell at me. Oh,
I mean, you've already got a decent one though. That's the thing.
Back, right?
yeah, you're good.
Yo, what's up, Dopey? How you doing, man?
You should get a Go XLR if you if you have 500 to spend.
That's true. And if with a podcast is more, if you're more focused on podcast, then having a clear mic is pretty important. But I'm just saying, man, computer.
I'm
Yeah.
doing
I'm getting my
good, man.
podcast stuff first before I invest into the CPU.
That's
CPU
true.
because I want to get the Zoom H8, which I can plug in like 6 XLR mics into it, and it'll record each audio track separately. And I can actually plug that into my laptop too and record 6 different tracks.
Are you just using a webcam?
Huh?
Are you using your webcam?
I'm using one I bought from Amazon.
Okay, I think you should invest in a better camera too, rather than using a webcam.
Yeah,
'Cause I think,
well,
yeah.
my dad left me his GoPro. I was going to use that.
Oh, yeah, because you want to get a camera that can. I mean, you could go 4K, but at least 1080p and 60 frames. It'll make a huge difference in content that you can create with the camera.
Yeah,
Maybe
gotta
like
connect that
like
webcam
an
to GoPro first.
I know I'm just advertising here, but links in my bio.
Yeah,
You can pick up the same camera I got. I got the Logitech C9 22X.
I have
Shoot,
a
1080p.
a Twitch affiliate. No,
Twitch affiliate, Amazon affiliate, Raise Energy affiliate.
Yeah.
I'm a Buzzsprout.
Aston Gran Torino.
Just affiliated.
Yeah, you can go deep with cameras too, because I think the first level is webcams, and the second one is getting like a camcorder or getting a camera, and then the I think the most expensive ones right now are PTZ cameras or pan zoom tilt cameras, because those are more meant for long distance recording, and they're really good because you can move where the camera is positioned with the program on. So if you ever get, because you know Joe Rogan has that, he has different multiple cameras, right? That's what they do. They use the pan zoom tilt camera, because then what you do is you have one camera facing someone else, then you have the second camera not showing, but you position it somewhere else, and then you do a fadeaway to that camera. Then you have the other camera like positioning itself, and you fade away to another camera. That's how a lot of the more professional studios do with the even like Hillsong United. They do that all the time.
I need to get a studio first.
Have to.
Cameras.
Ricky's gonna give like 5 different angles of his face.
No, I like my webcam right now. It's not bad for $60. You know, it's 1080p, 30 FPS with the light built into it, so it's not too bad. But I'm gonna try to use my dad's GoPro. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if I can like let it sit and record while it's charging, or if I have to swap out like the memory card and shit like that. So I gotta look that up.
I think you have to swap them out from what I've seen other people do.
Because like I think my dad could only record 30 minutes the most on his GoPro when he was riding his bike, but I've never seen him like and actually use it for like a webcamming or like stuff like that.
Is that like depending on like the memory card size, or is it just the capacity that I could process at once?
Probably memory card. I'd assume it's memory card.
Yeah, it's a memory card.
Ricky, you can kill two birds with one stone, dude. Just get a good iPhone, and you'll have a good ass camera and a good ass phone.
That's true. iPhone cameras are better than the 90% of all the webcams out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my phone cracked, so my actual camera is like shaky now. It doesn't even focus anymore.
Hey, Dopey, man. Thanks for following Ricky, man. That's my little brother, dude.
Thank you for the follow, man. Yeah, I'm slowly trying to build up the Twitch community, but I'm not really on Twitch like that.
Twitch is hard. Twitch is really hard to get into because the nice thing about Facebook is you have family and friends. You could just share it with them and tag all your family. But with Twitch, it's like a whole new community.
I don't know, man. I've been on Twitch for about a month now. I slapped the shit out of it.
Well, see, with Twitch, you have to be your own.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to be your own advocate. Like if you don't, like I have some friends who do Twitch, but then like I feel wrong for plugging myself. You know, I'm not that good yet. Just do it. You know, people will watch, people don't watch. But if you don't do it, you'll never know.
Look, man, you just gotta be real and just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And just fucking get drunk on stream, dude. Who cares?
I'm actually planning on starting streaming this year. So
Dude, we should do a drunk stream.
What I've noticed,
Do one right now. Shit.
Okay, I'm bringing out the
I've been drinking. I don't know about y'all. So
what I've noticed with streaming is that like even like watching Lee's stream, like people like the entertainment aspect more versus like seeing good gameplay. Unless you are a professional gamer, for example, like Daigo, you know, most of the time people just want to interact with people. It's not so much about how good you are.
yeah. So if you can entertain the audience, I think that's good.
You have to have a good personality. That's the main thing. A likable personality.
Like when people come to my streams, dude, I just die all the time and then I drink, right? But when I win, that's when shit gets hype. Like, oh shit,
Oh my God, you won.
I just fucking won, dude. Like, and I'll be over here like this, like, I won? That doesn't happen often, but okay. Gotta pat myself on the back, like I didn't carry that shit at all.
Yeah, so you know, man, holy shit, almost
4 hours.
4 hours.
holy shit.
8 hour stream, let's go.
All right, download DC Universe. Let's play. We might as well hop on Discord and play some DC or Valorant.
If we do like an 8-hour stream, we might as well just do like a live reading of Demon Slayer, something like we can catch up.
Dude, we can play a game together.
A manga in 4 hours, dude.
Dude, we can just play a game together, and then like you can stream it while we're all playing.
I provide the cover fire. Thanks, Donovan. Fuck off.
Would this some,
I'm the meat shield.
would this some Genshin Spiral Abyss races?
I don't think I can stream and play Genshin. My laptop's not strong.
Yeah, his processor's not strong enough.
Yeah. But we can, like I said, I think the most we can decide do a live reading of Demon Slayer.
We can all play RuneScape.
The past few nights, you know, I've been streaming fucking Scriblio and Jackbox.
That's true. We can play Jackbox.
And fucking people are just like, what are they doing? Oh, they're getting drunk.
Dude, we need to get drunk and play fucking Jackbox.
I mean, we could just swap streams. We could just go straight to Lee's stream and then end my podcast here.
That too.
It'd be perfect to play Jackbox against Michael, because like when we'll just play Quiplash. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Like, what's the best thing? What's the best thing that ever happened to you? And then you just fill it in. Like,
Michael,
I got Dillick and Michael did it.
Have you ever played Jackbox, Michael?
I've played a little bit of Jackbox. Like I know there's a lot of.
You need to see some of the new games. They're funny as hell.
Yo, Quiplash is the best one though.
And the drawing ones are pretty funny too if you have a group of degenerate guys.
Cheers, Mike.
That's only one thing we draw.
Cheers, everybody who's drinking.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, and rate Spoiler Force Podcast. If you have any guest recommendations, comments, questions, concerns, or criticism, you can email me at rickyvang92@gmail.com or message me online on any of my social media platforms. Want to listen to more pop culture themed podcasts? Then check out the Epic Sewers Podcast Network. There are shows like the Epic Tales from the Sewers, the Comic Watcher Show, What's in My Head Podcast, and Spoiler Force Podcast. Make sure to follow us each on social media and find us on any major podcasting platform. Thank you for the support.